abruptly and quickly and then go back and be like, oh my gosh, why didn't I think about it? And
Mhm.
so, and really no coincidence that I just literally was mentioning to take, some time to relax, collect your thoughts and get things, kind of in order because I always say there's no coincidences in life. I don't believe in them. So there's a reason I even brought that up because I really feel that there was a word reacting
Are you there?
to. I'm here. Yep. Oh, yeah. Did I lose you for
Hello.
a moment?
Oh yeah, I just heard you say something about my work.
Okay. Oh, oh no, I was just saying to just really, tie up the loose ends and wherever you feel that needs to be done. But take time to relax and collect your thoughts and have a very good
Mhm.
game plan. That way, you're not reacting on stress or, what may be. Um, I really feel right about October is where I see things starting to really come together and things starting to calm down a little bit for you. And, so here in the next 5 months, just keep that time in mind, okay? Um,
Mhm.
but I do, let's see, I keep seeing the number 18 for whatever reason. Uh, do you connect with the 18 in any personal way by chance?
No, nothing with 18. Mm-mm.
Okay. Okay, that's okay. So for me, this is going out about 18 weeks, which 18 weeks puts us at about a little over 4 months. So really watch for about that September, October time to really see down with your finances and, with your properties, everything just kind of slowly coming together. But more importantly, Deborah, than anything, just trust that gut. Trust that gut. I'm telling you. Um, I really even feel as I'm talking to you, you have a very beautiful intuition. So keep that in mind, okay?
Yes.
All right. Well, I hope that helped you, my friend. I know these are kind of quick and hopefully that just gave you some guidance for the future. But I wish you so much luck in your endeavors and in your future. And I appreciate you calling and chatting with me tonight.
Thank you so much, and have a good evening.
Thank you. You too. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
All right. All right, perfect. We got about maybe 6, 7 minutes, and I have Rebecca, and I love this, Rebecca from Italy, Texas. Hi, Rebecca.
Yes. Hi, how are you?
How are I'm good, hon. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Good. I love when I saw Italy and then Texas.
Oh,
I
yes.
just
Very, very small town.
is it? Yeah, we have a Paris.
Very.
Yeah, we have a Paris, Utah, and so I always laugh and say if we're in Paris, it's not, it's a little town in Utah, but um, anyways, but well, I'm excited. I've got probably about 6-ish minutes for you here. What can I help you with?
Okay. Well, I would say more like a love reading. I've been kind of juggling a relationship, if you'd say, for maybe a few months now, a little longer.
Okay, okay, all right, yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna pull a couple cards for you and see if anything kind of really guides or helps us out a little bit. But um, now, tell me a couple things that I was seeing when you came on, and the minute your voice hits my ears, and I start to tap into my gifts, I'll start getting visions. And one of the immediate visions I got when it comes to the current relationship that you are in. Now, did you say this has only been a couple months, this relationship?
Well, we've known each other for our entire life. We kind of grew up in the same town, but we just recently, over the past year, became friends.
Ah, gotcha. Okay, perfect. Okay. And that may explain why I thought I'd heard you say a couple months, and I thought, gosh, I feel like you guys have history together. So if you've grown up together, that would be definitely why. Now, can you do you connect with, I get numbers all the time in my readings, and one of the numbers I kept seeing with you is the number 17. Do you connect with 17 in any way?
17. Nothing's coming to mind this very
Oh,
second.
okay, that's okay. Now, this can be 17 years that you both have known each other, the age of 17. So just kind of keep that in mind as your
Okay.
mind starts to ponder. But I really do feel the connection with you and this friend and this person that I feel of interest. The I think the only main concern that I have about this relationship um, possibly not working out or not connecting, uh, I really feel is that the two of you are, I call it, you're vibrating on different frequencies. So what that means really is that you are at a different frequency per se than this person, this other um, uh, you know, connection is friend. And so what happens is that if you're vibrating at a different frequency than this other person is, then there will be a disconnect between the two of you forever, always. So what happens is when you want to make this work, then it requires for you to kind of bring yourself to his frequency, or he will have to bring his frequency up, and or vice versa. And so the patience is going to need to be there for this to work out. Um, but I feel it's worth putting time and effort into because you two have a lot, I feel, in common, but yet so different. Does that make sense? I know that sounds
It
weird.
does.
Okay.
Very opposite.
Yeah, yeah. And, of course, they say opposites attract, but sometimes even the fact that you have the opposite, connections and you're different people sometimes also can cause that wedge between the two of you. And boy, I really feel one of you, boy, I think this is you, my friend. It feels to me that there has been some history of some pretty difficult heartbreak that I feel you still have a protective barrier around that heart. So if that's the case, if this is you, then I say just be mindful of that, and uh, you know, don't be too picky, but also be sure you get what you want, if that makes sense as well. Um, but I feel like I've got about a minute and a half, but um, if anything, to kind of really sum it up, I feel like there's so much great potential in this relationship, just to be patient. And I know that's hard. That's not easy. So I
Um,
I hope that quick little reading helps give you a little bit of guidance.
no, it did. It did. Is it there a way you can know if this is the type of soulmate, or I mean, I hate to throw it out there, like twin flame. Is that even possible?
Yes. So really quickly, I'll tell you, I do feel the two of you are a bit of like a twin flame, and the twin flames aren't always meant to be together, but if you're willing to work at it, it'll work out.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Well, I will send you lots of good luck and energy, my friend, and love is amazing when you find that right person. So if it's working at it, go do it.
Thank you so much.
Hey, thank you, hun. Have a great night.
You too. Thanks.
Bye-bye. All right, friends. Well, my show is up. That was fast. I'm your mini medium. Have a great night. I will see you guys next week. Bye, guys.
You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome.
Time for Jacqueline Close-More Live with Jacqueline Close-More. Jacqueline Close-More. Live from jacqueline.com.au.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv.
This is Jacqueline Close-More Live
On A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello and welcome to the show. I'm Jacqueline. You're on A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV, and I'm in Little River, Victoria, on my way out to Warrnambool, the home of the young and the free and possibly the restless. It's certainly a nice place down in Warrnambool. There's actually a lot of whale watching, usually at this time of year, although it would almost be wrapping up. There's also the 12 Apostles, which is just outside of Port Campbell and not far from where I used to live on the dairy farm as a teenager. So I'm on my way down there to appear at an expo this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, 11:30 both days. I'll be on stage doing live platform readings, picking people randomly out of the audience because why not? That'll be interesting. I'm also doing one-to-one readings at the expo all day, Saturday and Sunday, and Saturday night and Friday night, which is tonight, and then moseying on back to Melbourne, which is about a 3-4 hour drive. Today, I was going to continue on with the journey through the tarot and the major arcana cards and the death card. So it's not always what it seems. It's like death. Okay. So with the death card, it's really interesting how as we've been going through walking through the major arcana each week, it's sort of tied up with world events. And last week I was supposed to come to air talking about the death card. And, Queen Elizabeth went and upstaged me, as she's entitled to do, I guess. But yeah, I actually couldn't be here last week due to injury. But so we've had the death of Queen Elizabeth. We've also had the death of Jack Charles, who is a fabulous and has been a fabulous First Nations leader in Australia. Wonderful actor, has had a just amazing life, gone through incredible trauma, and come out the other side as quite the healer and leader in the community. I won't pretend to speak for him. And I just want to, give my respects to both of those passings of significant people, to a range of different people. And we look at the death card as the ending of something. And so we're sort of looking at the ending here at the moment of a few traditions and starting of new ones. And so in the death card, it's not always literally a death that you're going to come up against. It can be the ending of something significant, the ending of an age, the ending of an era, the ending of a chapter in your book, and you're now going to write a new one. So sometimes the death cards actually can be quite a relief and a release, because it's like, oh, I finally let go of that. That's in the positive aspect of that card. The thing is that with psychics and, why couldn't you predict this or that when it comes to death? The thing is, why couldn't you change it? The thing is that when death is there, it's still there. No matter what you do, you can't escape death. It's like, if you're meant to go, it will find you. You can avoid it as much as you like and try and do that. But if it's your time, it's like, yep, that's it. So you could find that through the death card, it's like a time to recognize something that's, finished or needing to change. It could be an attitude. Some people's careers can go through what seems like a death and a rebirth as well. And so they can even be going from one career industry and then bang, that's just gone. And then new life, new direction, new career. And we find that people will go through maybe 3-4 different, completely different changes in their industry and careers in their lifetime. Whereas in the good old days, people used to start an apprenticeship and then that was it for their whole life. They'd be on that track in that trade or whatever. And with the very, changing nature of our modern society, we've gone from paper bookwork, quite literally, like writing things in pen and paper and tick, 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 typing, like this, to now, using a computer to type up things and enter QuickBooks, and you can, use the internet to enter your receipts onto your relevant accounting software if you're in business. And it's all just done, very automated. And the thing is that people often say, well, this new technology will mean the end of jobs, when actually it can just bring on completely new jobs. The issue can be unskilled labour and finding more jobs for people who maybe aren't going to be able to do highly technical roles. And, having to look at how we can skill people who maybe have had limited options. And certainly that's where education comes in. But when we're looking at the death card, we're looking at that symbol in your life of, what's needing change or what has already changed, having to come to terms with that change. Sometimes change is thrust upon it and seem quite unfair. And it's really about being able to adapt to that. And when it comes to the passing of loved ones, it's really not about just getting over that. It's about learning to live with them having transitioned. And so that can be incredibly challenging. And it's really important not to try and race that. So if you're going through a death card period, you may need to allow kindness for yourself for the adjustments you need to make emotionally. And sometimes even the death card can be that you've cut away from a whole heap of people, like socially. It can be this like, oh, I'm going within. I'm going to just hang with me for a while and just let go of everything. And so there can be kind of a hibernation involved. And that can seem like that. And when we talk about the winter solstice, that's often, symbols of retreat into the self and dormancy. And we talk about the seed underneath, the surface of the soil, sitting there in wait. And then when spring comes, and once it's germinated and ready to roll, then, up it comes and it reaches the surface, and out comes the new growth of the first leaves coming out above the surface, which often is a symbol of spring. So the winter of our life, or the dark night of the soul, can be that period of, the death card in a way, of really going through and sitting back and not actually being out there doing a whole heap of things. And we can't be always on, and it's just a bit like when people say, oh, pleasant vibes only and positive vibes only. And it's sort of like, yeah, there's some toxic positivity right there. There can't always be, 100% positive vibes. It would be unnatural and possibly lithium assisted. But even then, you've got to come down from something like that, I would imagine. I don't know what lithium does other than, normalize. But, it's just this need to, sometimes allow for the slowing down, the stopping, the withdrawal, and the peace that can actually give you. So if you're having trouble with letting go of things and you're just sort of stuck on that kind of hanging on to the past, or, wanting to let go but not feeling like I'm almost there but I can't quite, sometimes that death card can help you do that, and to not see it purely as death. Maybe even drawing the relevant tarot cards to what you're going through, like a Major Arcana card for yourself, your own version of that card, and not so much going, I'm thinking this process out symbolically. These are the symbols I want to plant here that I've thought a lot about analytically. No. Just push that aside and just breathe and close your eyes and just see what image comes to you that you're needing to restart your life at this time. And, just stop to even go in that dormancy, and then what it's going to be like coming out. You can actually maybe even end up with 3 paintings. Could be one that starts off as this death and then ends up in a rebirth. But I would go intuitively with that sort of thing, letting yourself really rest your mind and go into that heart and that just being, and then let the imagery flow and then be going with that. And one thing that used to happen with my students when I was getting them to learn how to do intuitive art was to take the deep breath, and as the fear came up, and it would, because they would say, I can't draw, I can't paint. Yes, you can. Breathe right into that solar plexus, right into that heart, releasing the fear. And all the fears that are coming up, oh, I can't do this or that, you say, it's okay, I'm doing this anyway. And that's something that you can do when you're going through, passing through that eye of the needle experience, is, it's okay, I can do this, or it's okay, I'm going to be all right. Self-affirmation words are really important. And, even in that death card, we can look at our inner dialogue, like, what are we saying to ourselves? Are you saying things to yourself that are helpful to you? Or is this the voice of your doubters in your life, or the people who held you down? And do you need to change those voices out and start listening to create different energy and in tuning into your own voice, your own inner voice? And things like meditation music and even mantras can help you with that if you're going through this sort of phase of change. When it comes to end of eras and things like that, I guess the thing is, we've had a constant leader for 70 years that's been a woman in a world full of male leaders. So, seeing a queen up there speaking and holding such a high position, regardless of the effect of that position, I'm not going to talk about the effect of that position on a range of cultures and how that could be, but I'm going to speak about how that's the platform of a woman around the world being quite a strong leader. That's actually been, I guess, a constant I kind of took for granted because, she was always there. And now that she's gone, it's like, obviously we need more women leaders in our world to balance this up. Our society and our civilization, I think, really needs that to survive and thrive. And so look to the women leaders in your communities, as well as good men, of course, but more also if you're a woman, to look for your role models now to maybe replace that, if Queen Elizabeth's been a leader to you in some way. And maybe also the thing to do during this time is to look at both sides of how her passing is being felt by a range of different peoples, because not everyone feels the same way about this. And I think that's an important discussion to look at. I'm not going to get really super political here today about that. That's not my role. But just to think about the death card and meditate on how that could be a good thing for you might be helpful at this time to look at the regeneration, rebirth process. Anyway, that's been me for today. Catch you next week. What's love to you all. See you in Warrnambool if you're down there. Bye-bye for now.
You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for Medicine for Your Spirit with Raylene Byrne. Raylene Byrne. Live from RayleneByrne.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv.
This is Medicine for Your Spirit
On A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Namaste, everyone. It's Raylene Byrne, Medicine for Your Spirit. Wow, into May, nearly halfway through May, and time is just bending and stretching, and there's all sorts of crazy little loopy things going on, and there's gaps opening up. It's quite an exciting time, but it's also quite a nerve-wracking time if you don't have some decent practices. So what I want to offer today before I take a call is just a little reminder that we all have the medicine that we need within ourselves. We were born with it. We wrote the blueprint before we came here. So it all exists. We just have to learn how to access it. Now, in these very turbulent times, worrying times, there's a lot of uncertainty. There's a lot of fear, and a lot of inner angst, lots of inner old things are being pushed to the surface, really pushed to the surface for us to address, to choose to live with or choose to let go of. So what I want to offer you is a couple of things, reminders of the medicine, the powerful, powerful medicine that you have within you. We have these abilities that can change our lives. Now, when I say that, I know people say, yes, but you know, I'm in an abusive situation. I've got no money. I got no job. I'm going to lose my house, all this sort of stuff. And I understand that when these things come up, we've got to deal with them. We have to face them. But there are ways to allow us to be more centered. So whatever it is that comes up, we can come back into ourself and have a moment. Breath work. And I don't mean breath work as in huffing and puffing. Simple, slow breathing. It can alter our nervous system. When we're nervous, when we're anxious, when we're tight, when we're worried, when we're fearful, we can't make good decisions. So come to your breath work. Simple, slow breathing. 4 or 5 slow, deep breaths can calm you down, and no matter what situation you're in. Sometimes movement, getting out, just moving, having a dance, stretching, going for a quick walk, going for a bike ride can actually shift stagnant energy. Being in nature is so important. So there are 3 things that you can do regularly when you're feeling stressed, anxious, worried, feel like your world's falling apart. Go to your breath, do some movement, and spend some time in nature. Because when you do that, you're allowing your nervous system to calm. You're allowing the ability to access your own heart, to listen to what the next thing is for you, and you can make better decisions. And sometimes the things that we're worrying about are not even really needing that time or effort. We just need to come back in. I've got a whole lot of stuff coming out shortly. 11 ways to change your life that cost nothing. It's the medicine within you. So keep an eye out for that. That'll be on my website, rayleneburn.com. Now I've got a caller, Brenda from Texas.
Yes.
How can I help, support, guide you, Brenda?
Just wondering if you got any news for me.
Like
Anything
what?
new
What do you
coming?
wanna know?
Huh?
What do you
Hello?
want to know? Like when you say news for you, what do you mean?
Well, I'm single. I'm 70. Any
Yep.
future plans? Looks like maybe a man in the picture, you think?
Love and companionship. Okay, that seems to be a really big thing these days. A lot of people looking for that in their lives. So what you're really looking for, I've just pulled a card for you, is passion. You're wanting to have more passion in your life.
Oh,
Is that
yeah,
correct?
that would be nice. That would be very nice.
So the thing is, when we start looking for something in our life, we're ready for a companion or a lover or, passionate experience. We've got to be really strong and aligned in ourselves that that's what we're really ready for. It's great to think it, but are you actually physically, mentally, and emotionally ready for it? So what you're asking me is, what's on the horizon for you? That's
Right.
more what I'm hearing you say. So I'm just going to have a look at my cards, if you don't mind. And
Okay.
see, Brenda. What is it that Brenda need? What's a really important message for Brenda on the horizon? Like what would be? Okay, so first of all, she has to know. I'm hearing this really loudly. That you need to remember that you have got the ability to create what you want. You need to look at what brings you joy, what makes you feel happy, what are the things you love doing, and get out there and start doing it. Well, and I think I've said this before on this radio show, that often the best way to find the best companion is to be doing the things that we love. Because when we're doing something that we love, our energy is at its, oh yeah, she's looking for love. There's love coming. It's here. The love cards come up. Look at this. Love. Oh, you see that? Love. So
I have a
what
lot of
you're
love around me, but
pardon?
not particular love interest. I don't get out.
Yeah, well,
That's one thing.
it's like it's love is looking for you like you're looking for it. So this is the whole thing, and I'm really big on this. This is something that I coach or mentor people with a lot, is what we've got to do is give to ourselves what we're looking for. So if we're looking for appreciation, for example, we need to learn how to appreciate ourselves, because when we have that for ourselves, what happens, our energy field expands, and then people around us interact with us differently because we're appreciating ourselves. We get more appreciation. So when we start to give to ourselves what we are looking for and we're full with that, it comes to us in even more bucket loads. It just keeps coming in and coming in. So I'm going to ask you, what part of you or what part of your life are you not happy with right now?
Pretty much everything.
Okay. So
pretty much everything. I'm bored. Yes, because I'm 70. I don't have a lot of money to go traveling like my girlfriends and all that stuff, you know. And I just wrecked my car. I got another one. It's okay. Everything worked out. Money is a big thing because I don't have any more. I spend it all on my family.
Okay, so this is the thing. As you said, there's a lot about you that you're not particularly, or not a lot, but there's got to be comfortable with yourself. Now, we don't have to travel overseas. We don't have to do a lot of traveling to a lot of places, but we can go to new places in our own area. So one of the things that is a really nice thing, nice thing to do is pick a place about an hour away or an hour and a half away from where you are and go there. Go and stay for a night, go and have a little explore. It's like getting out of your comfort zone a little bit. And that's how you meet different people and have different experiences. That's one way. But for you, it's working on here. It's being with yourself. It's starting to find comfortable appreciation and gratitude for yourself. Lots of gratitude. So it's very beautiful that you're doing a lot for your family. I think that's one of the things that women, as they become grandparents or they've got bigger families, they back. That's the essence of a woman who's mature. She takes care of others and she guides them. But you've got to take it for yourself as well. So there is love. Love is looking for you. But I think it's more to do with you finding that within yourself, finding the gratitude, finding the joy, finding the appreciation. And when you have that, what you're looking for finds you. We can't, in the old days, we would go out looking for something to fill us. It doesn't work anymore because we know everything now is energetic. It's a vibrational match. So if we're not feeling good about ourselves, we're not going to attract things to us to help us feel better until we feel better in ourselves. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I do, but I don't really have a problem with myself. I think I like me very much. I live alone and do very fine doing that. I have no problem. It's just gets lonely every once in a while,
Yeah, okay. So it's extending yourself out. It's going and doing things that maybe you've never done before. Try something new. Go and do an art class, go and do a pottery class, go and do beading, do something where you go and start to meet people who have similar interests. So basically what you want to know is someone coming into my life that's going to love me?
Yeah.
So you might feel really good about yourself, but do you have that love for yourself?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have a problem with me. I like me.
That's great. That's great. So what are you calling in?
What am I calling in?
Yeah, what type of love are you calling in? What do you want?
I don't know. Is there any...
You want a
I
companion?
guess I don't have a specific question. Just wondering if you had any advice. I guess the thing with being seen thing, but also too financially.
All right. So the love thing is, love is around you, love is coming in, right? coming into that vibration in yourself, and that's through gratitude. More and more gratitude, more gratitude. And I've spoken about this before. There's a beautiful process. It's less than 10 seconds, random times a day. It opens up the doors for everything. You put your hand on your heart, you breathe in. What am I grateful for right now? And as you open your eyes and breathe out, you pick one thing in front of you and you say, I'm really grateful for bloody, blah, blah, whatever it is. Straight away, you've got a deposit of gratitude in your energy field. It works like compound interest. The more gratitude you have, the more the universe gives you. So the one thing I do want to say, I'm just pulling a card for you. It's really about your essence. So I'm just seeing what she needs to know right now. Brenda. Okay. Okay, this is the energy of angel light, frequency of angel light. It's all about peace. This is about choosing peace, the path of peace, calling in, inviting in, opening up an experience of more peace in your life. So if you're going to call in or you're going to want a companion, you want someone who's in a place of peace. You don't want to have to be dealing with someone with issues, problems, dramas, addictions. You actually want someone who's in a place of peace. So being very specific about what you want. So I'll tell you what, I do have a beautiful ritual for calling in a romantic partner. Send me an email to raylaneburn.com and I'll send it to you as a gift. Okay. Because that will get you really clear on what you want and open up the pathways. Okay?
Yeah, I wonder too about my health because I am 70.
Well, I've only got a few seconds left. That's a whole other thing.
Okay.
Look for peace. When we're at peace, we're way healthier. So I do have to go. This is Raylene Byrne, Medicine for Your Spirit. Please come and say hello to me on my website at raylaneburn.com. There's lots of yummy stuff there. And I look forward to talking with you again, seeing you, sharing with you, and offering assistance or guidance. As I say, medicine for your spirit.
To A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for Insights into Consciousness with Anna Olson. Live from AnnaOlsonIntuitive.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is Insights into Consciousness
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi, welcome to A1R. I'm Anna Olson, your host for this segment today with Insights into Consciousness. And today I'm going to do one reading on the air. But first, I wanted to talk to you about Mercury in retrograde. So I'm also having to remind myself about this, and this is also why I wanted to focus on the topic, because whenever you teach something or you talk about it, you tend to learn more and more about it. And the more I talk about it, trying to give other people basically like an idea of what Spirit wants them to know, the more I will get those messages from Spirit. So first of all, when I say Spirit, I have to explain what that means, because this practice is not religious. It is actually an ability, and that includes all religions and all walks of life. So because there is not only one type of human with one religion, we do readings, or at least I do readings, on all religions and all cultures and all walks of life. I am not going to only be partial to a Christian, or I'm not just going to be partial to a Buddhist. I will do readings on every religious background and every culture because I'm not racist. I'm not biased in any way. I pride myself in that. And I love that I have really worked with a lot of cultures and different races and religions and have learned a huge amount from the people that I've worked with and from their spirit guides. So when I do a session, I'm basically talking to their spirit guides and to them subconsciously or their higher self. So it's really just about me learning from interpreting the messages from spirit on the other side. When I talk about spirit, it could be the Holy Ghost, what could be called the Holy Ghost, the spirit, chi, that it's also called chi. It's also called, just your ancestors, your spirit guides, loved ones who have passed, and other people that you may have associations with who are even now living. So I still get messages from people who are currently still alive on the planet. And the way that that happens is through remote viewing. And we know that this is a thing they've used in the military for a very long time. And as a matter of fact, the Oracle of Delphi from way back in the ancient times, the Babylonians, this has been a practice for a very long time. And this is something that is an ability. It's something that helps other people. It's so much. So I just really want to talk about Mercury in retrograde and how that really ties into what I'm talking about spirit. So first of all, right now I'm just going to ask spirit, which would be guides and angels that want the current viewers, whoever's going to come across this video, to tell me exactly what they want me to say. I have not rehearsed this or thought about it. Just by the seat of my pants, just on the fly. So, I'm going to start the reading now, basically, and anybody who watches gets this download. So, I'm hearing basically that Mercury in retrograde is a bringing out the darkness. When we're having a Mercury in retrograde, people do tend to make it an excuse. But on the other hand, it is a time where communication can get confused or confusing. Even electronics can work in a weird way or not work at all. We have things that happen with the house pipes, the plumbing, the washer, the dryer, things like that. Because quantum physics, it's not anything other than science. But I don't want to go too far on my stuff because I'm very scientifically based and I'm very factually based. So to kind of adhere to what Spirit's telling me everyone needs, and not just the way I'm thinking, is that Mercury in retrograde shows us the dark side. It shows us all the stuff we were stuffing. It shows us and brings up this time of the moon cycle, basically, or not just the moon, but the planet cycle. Is similar to the moon cycle of the dark moon, or it's kind of like the new moon. So basically, it's turning off the light to leave you on your own for a while and let you suffer. And I know that sounds kind of dramatic, but the truth is that we all need to deal with our stuff that we need to process because we get into survival mode. And what happens is we stuff all the things we're dealing with and all the spiritual growth we need to do. We go about our day and we just hide it. We stuff it in the background. We ignore it. And it has to come to light eventually. It has to come to fruition because what the other option is that it grows into this thing that's in the dark and becomes kind of like a monster in your life. And you're on autopilot. This is also your subconscious mind, our subconscious mind, mine too now. And it's really important to let yourself during Mercury in retrograde have some rest, relaxation, stay calm when you talk about things because there's a lot of miscommunication that can go on right now between people in relationships, meaning any type of relationship. Even people with their pets can have miscommunications. And it's important during Mercury in retrograde, which is actually over this week, by the way. I believe it's on Wednesday. I'm actually going to check my calendar. Yes. So tomorrow, January 18th, the Mercury in retrograde ends and we'll go direct. But then after that, we have up to 2 weeks where it will take some time to get back to normal. No contracts, no travel plans during that time. You can check, you can Google, see when the next one is, put it on your calendar. know that that may be a really difficult time emotionally, even hormonally, also relationship wise, communication wise, plan wise, contract wise, appliances, anything electrical wise, the house, the plumbing. A lot of it is connected to the weather as well. Don't think this doesn't include our ecosystem. This is very closely tied to the ecosystem. So remember that it's not just you, it's all of us together. And remember, this is the time that if you need something or you need help, to go ahead and reach out to other people and to ask for support. People who can lend you their support need to be helpful and useful during this time as well, because this is a great time for people to exercise how they can serve others with the suffering they've gone through and with their personal pain. So this is very, very important. I'm so excited to do my reading today. I can feel it's going to have a lot of positive energy already. So the other thing is that the veil is a little thinner during Mercury in retrograde, and I'm feeling that too. So it's a little bit of a thinner separation from your conscious mind and your subconscious mind, your higher self and your shadow self. Everybody has a higher self. Everybody has a shadow self. So, try not to think that it's a mental illness. It can affect you if you do have some sort of a diagnosis with mental health. Spirit wants me to tell the audience that mental health mostly has to do with, diet, self-care, drug use, alcohol abuse, and trauma. So those are a few things you can, rewind this and get those 5 things. Figure out how to resolve those issues in your life if you want to have the best mental health possible, and then increase the diet substantially. All the things, you can go to Dr. Amen's clinic online, Dr. Amen Clinics. He is the leading psychiatrist who does brain scans and knows all the dietary stuff for brain health. He even has supplements. I personally really like him. That would be my source. You can look up what he has and get it on Amazon too, if it's not what you want or it's too pricey. But his products tend to be really good. So I'm just throwing that out there. And if you sign up for text, you get coupons. So that might help too. But as always, remember that you can contact me and get a reading from me. I'd love to do one for you. It's Anna Olson, intuitive.com. It's at the bottom of the screen. And I can also be reached at Anna Olson Intuitive on Facebook. That Facebook messaging system is a little weird. It can be very difficult to get to on the business pages. But if you really want to get a hold of me, you can reach me on Instagram at the @ and then it's Tiny Medium Queendom. So just Tiny Medium Queendom, and I'll pop up. You can message me there. And then also there's a link on my link tree from my Instagram page and my Facebook pages to TikTok, which is really like my main platform right now. It's the newest one. It's the most popular and upcoming app at the moment. I know that it'll probably have its day and go away, but as of now, I've been getting hundreds of thousands of views and thousands of, tens of thousands of likes. And it's really blown up. And I guess people really care about the content that I share there. And it's really helped some people. So you can also go there, find my link tree on there and contact me through there. And I just want you to know that you can get a lot of free content there too. And I keep posting. People just want more and more. So I'd really try to keep up with posting there. So contact me for a reading anytime. I can also do life coaching. I don't have to read you at all if you don't want me to. I can also offer my training in life coaching through an amazing program that I've gone through and graduated from. So there's that. And, I do have a lot of experience with people with special needs, and I also have a lot of experience with children, families. I've also staffed torch trainings in Los Angeles through a program to enable teens to do better in their lives. So I'm going to do a reading now. I have Diane from England on the line, and I'd like to switch over to her now. Diane, are you there?
I am.
How are you today?
Not too bad.
Good to hear. I'm excited to do your reading today.
Yeah.
And I'd like to know if you have a specific question or if there's a topic you'd like for me to focus on today.
Well, I lost somebody very close back at the end of May last year, and I can't stop grieving for them.
Okay, so you lost somebody last year?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to clarify that this person has passed.
Sorry?
It's a little hard to hear on the line, so I just want to clarify that this person has passed.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're in some pretty deep grief right now?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that you're going through that. I am going to ask your spirit guides what would be the best course for you now and how we can best guide you in the amount of time we have today to get you to the right place. So, it seems to me like this individual had some pretty had a pretty rough upbringing or life in general.
Yeah.
I feel, was there military influence of some sort?
No.
Because I feel like warrior, or this guy is somebody who really had to fight his way through a lot of his life.
No.
No. Okay. Well, I think that's what the military thing is kind of representing right now. That when somebody has a rough past, that sometimes they have to become a warrior. And so that's just basically what I was getting with that. A lot of like turmoil and things like that. And I'm wondering, did you have any specific questions about this person?
No. Not really. I just feel a bit guilty because I've kept an eye on the person for 3 weeks, and he died in hospital because he was taken in, and I feel guilty that I never got a doctor sooner.
Oh, okay. Well, that's always, I think, very common when people lose someone, but because it's common not to visit shortly before they pass for people. And it's also common to have guilt surrounding their loss. But the main thing that I feel like Spirit wants you to know right now is that you are extremely capable. The reason why you're feeling this so strongly, according to your spirit guides, is because you are it's kind of like you go through processes like this very quickly. You want to you get things done very quickly in this sense. So they're saying you're taking it all on at once. And some people take many, many years to grieve, and some people can get it done a little sooner because they're just a little more prone to healing and getting through it. So I'm wondering,
Right.
do you have like a background that helps you to process this better, or do you usually kind of just put your emotions out there, or?
I lost both my parents, and it took me a long time to get over my dad. And my mum went about 14 years ago, but my dad went 43 years ago. And I still think of my dad, but in a different way now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've got all their pictures all around, and I talk to them.
Yeah, I think that's great that you talk to them because they can hear you. You know, our loved ones can always hear us when we talk to them. But I mean, I also think that you've had some practice on losing people, and I think this is just like your body and your spirit and everything just kind of being like, okay, let's just get this over with and do the grieving process. But the good thing is that it'll be over quicker that way. So I think it's important for you to just practice a lot of self-care and to be very patient with yourself right now. I feel that you are a very like generally good, generous person. And it's out of your comfort zone to feel like this. And that's why I think you're seeking some guidance right now, because this is very uncomfortable. You're not somebody who feels sorry for themselves. You're not, used to any of this for a long period of time. And the main message from him that I'm getting is that you did everything just the way that you needed to do it. And it's okay. he's saying it's okay, he's fine, and he isn't upset. This is mainly just about your feelings about the topic. You wanted to see him beforehand, and he wants you to know that you can still have contact with him. Like right now you're having contact with him again. You got through the phone line. I feel like that was a blessing that you really had, that pathway carved out for you. And he's showing me walks in the trees or in nature. Does that make sense to you? Do you walk outside or do you go on walks?
Yeah, we lived near the hills, and we were always all going up to the hills. A bit old now, but it was like a second home when we were children growing up.
Oh, that's so sweet. So he's saying he'll talk to you when you go back out to the hills and you do your walks, you walk around. He will give you signs and messages in nature. So you can look for birds, particularly gray and blue birds, that will be following you or really singing to you and looking at you and kind of following you around. And they're very happy and they're reminding you that you'll get through this and that you will come out on the other side and be happy again. And the loneliness that you're feeling throughout this process is going to be temporary. And the other thing that he wants you to look for are yellow flowers and to see how that is. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
How so?
Oh, he loved growing flowers.
Okay. Because I feel like that you'll see them at just the right time. And that is just him letting you know that you're not alone. He's still with you. He's still around you. And he's going to do this in a way that is very fun and playful so that you can feel joy again. And he's going to help you get through that, which is really wonderful. But I think it may take a little time for you to notice these signs, which is normal. But after a while, when you start healing and getting a little more of aware of your surroundings with the spiritual signs, you'll begin seeing the birds, the yellow flowers. There's something about the trees, and I'm feeling like there's an angel in the trees. Like he's showing me like there's a little girl even that's kind of an angel in the trees when you're out walking.
Right. Is he with my mum and dad now?
Your mom and dad? Yes, absolutely. They're all together and they're all kind of in on this together. So you'll get signs from all of them periodically. And each one will come in at just the right time. I feel like your mother wants to make more contact because I feel like she wants to work on being closer to you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does in a way.
So she is showing me that when she's looking at her life path, when she passed, she was shown everything that happened in her life. And when she saw her relationship with you, she had some issues with how she conducted herself as a parent, and she wished she could have done it better. But what she's telling me is that she did not have the wherewithal or the awareness to be more involved or be closer or more attached or whatnot. She's saying that her growth was stunted from trauma or from some difficult things in childhood, which isn't uncommon.
Yeah, I know she had a strict upbringing.
Yeah, and there was specifically somebody at a school, a male at a school, that was very harmful to her. I'm not sure if you're aware of that.
No, I'm not aware of that. No.
Did she go to a private school or be around maybe?
No, she didn't go to a private school. We've been workers all our lives.
Yeah, that's okay. No, I'm trying to figure out who this man is that I'm seeing. It looks like a school environment or a church environment. Did she go to church?
Yeah, we were going to church with Methodists, and Mum and I went on the Sunday, and my husband.
Okay, because I feel like she's really showing me even the Catholic signs and all of that too. I think there's something in her upbringing where she's just explaining to you that she would have liked to have been closer, and she would have liked to be more aware, a more aware, engaged, involved mother to you. So she's going to do what she can now, but she's also saying, we're over here in the spirit world. You're where you are, and you living to the end of your lifespan as long as you can will still be just a drop in the sea compared to eternity. So she's saying we have eternity to work on this, and it won't be long before you're with them again. And they're very excited to have you there. Of course, live out your entire lifespan, but it's just, she's saying that this is all going to come to light. And the amount of joy that you're going to feel when you guys are all reunited is going to be well worth what you're experiencing now.
All right. Well, you can talk to the spirit, and you give my mum, dad, and my brother a lot of love.
Absolutely, I will. And let me know if you'd like to speak to me again. You can reach me on my website, AnnaOlsonIntuitive.com. It's at the bottom of the screen, and it's on this post too, and on this video. Okay, so thank you so much for calling in, Diane.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So that was just like a quick example. I loved connecting with her family. And sometimes when we started reading, and we have a little bit of a communication barrier there, but I know that when I first started the reading, there was definitely the feeling of like somebody in the military. And then I see militant from experiences in life, difficult experiences. So sometimes spirit is just so symbolic. You'll see somebody in the military, and that doesn't actually mean they were in the army or something. That just means that they had to become a soldier of a war within their own battle. And that's very common with warrior spirits or with people who have had significant disadvantages or just struggles early on in life, especially. But a thing to remember is that our childhoods are sometimes hard because we need that training later in life. And there's no way we can do what we were contracted to do later in life without those issues or those things. Of course, we don't try to put our kids into the way of harm. That's not the point. The point is that whatever happens to us along the way, according to other people's choices, can always be made good, and it can always be made into a skill set that gives us a miraculous, basically an opening of a cocoon. Like you're kind of like in this enclosed space. It's uncomfortable, and you come out with your wings. Before then, you don't have wings, and really freedom usually comes from experiencing the free agency and free choice of others and how they affect us, and then figuring out what to do with that, figuring out what to do with the free agency of other people. Everyone is teaching us all the time. And of course, defend yourself and defend your children. I'm not saying we need to go through pain to be okay. I'm saying that we need to come to a place of an intense amount of self-preservation and defense, and learning and growing through our experiences. No matter what someone else does, we are making the right decisions for ourselves and our families, regardless of what someone else does, with what we have, what we know, and where we are. And when Spirit shows me this beautiful family, and I really feel like she just had a great connection to these parents, and getting that little slice of heaven touching my heart, is amazing. I am always feeling so positive, no matter, what, whenever I feel the energy from these families and the love between parents and children, and it's just timeless, it's eternal. And if the parents aren't good, they can try to make up for it in many ways. And they can also just pick other people to be, you can pick other people to be around in the spirit world. If your parents were awful, or your family was awful, or you were adopted, or whatever, there are many choices in the afterlife. There are many, many options with our spirit guides and angels. So I want to clarify that. I also want to talk about, speaking of family, this, I had this long break from my show and from work, for the holidays, my holiday break and my vacation. And my husband took me out to this wonderful staycation, and I'm actually wearing a shirt that he got me for Christmas. And then I got this from my son. This is my beautiful heart angel necklace. On the other side, beautiful blue. And you can kind of look into it, gaze into it, and there's a lot of like designs and sparkles in here. It's absolutely gorgeous. And then I'm actually, it's so funny because I do a radio show and I can do this. I'm wearing my mama bear slippers from my other son. And I'm feeling pretty spoiled and surrounded by the love of my family. And that's what I'm kind of like putting out there through my show today, is that I've got a little piece of everybody I love here in my space to kind of launch me into the new year, to like help me to know, like, I just feel like I'm surrounded by so much love and the people who are near and dear to my heart. And it doesn't even matter if your communication's off from Mercury in retrograde that we're going through right now. It doesn't matter if you're in grief. It doesn't matter if you're dealing with all the issues people are dealing with. You can still be connected to spirit. And that's actually the time to be connected to spirit the most, because that's the time when we need help. We need somebody to hold us up. We need a crutch. We need angels to hold us up and to help us like keep up with everything we have to do despite the stress or the process. And then when you come out of the other side of this process, it's just bigger, brighter, beautiful, and the sun is shining again, right? It's like getting through that rain cloud in the airplane or through the path on the ground, getting through the rain. So always contact me if you need me. I would love to do a reading for you. AnnaOlsonIntuitive.com. On Facebook, I'm Anna Olson Intuitive. And then on Instagram, it's at Tiny Medium Queendom. And then you can also get this podcast on Spotify under A1R Radio, under Insights into Consciousness with Anna Olson. It's also on YouTube, Facebook. Get a hold of me. I'd love to talk to you. I hope that you have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for being a witness to my work today. I hope to speak with you soon and see you next time.
You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome.
Time for Insights into Consciousness with
You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome.
Time for Soul Tea with Marie, with Antoinette Marie. Antoinette Marie. Live from AntoinetteMarie.net.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is Soul Tea with Marie
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Soul Tea with Marie. I will be taking a caller tonight, but I do want to start out with a little bit of a healing, and I did want to say a bit of a prayer just to clear the energy wherever you are. So I'm going to ask that my guides, my angels, source, to be here, and anything negative to please leave our space this evening, and only love and light and any answers that need to come through, that they come through for our highest good. And if you don't make it through for the phone call, hopefully you receive something that heals your heart tonight that you were in need of. I will say a few things came through as I was preparing, and it may be for the caller, it may not. But I'm going to say what they are. And I got a couple of things. One, I was asked to put on perfume tonight. So if that means something to someone, I don't usually wear perfume, but I was asked to do that. I was also asked that someone out there really needs self-care. You need to be looking at your diet. And I don't mean losing weight. I mean just taking time for yourself and eating a little bit healthier, because you're going through a hard time right now and you're feeling a lot of anxiety. And so you're not eating, and they want you to put some nutrients into your body. And I also heard forgiveness. And that's a hard one to do. And I know someone out there is, I'm getting a couple of things, but someone out there is having a hard time forgiving, I want to say a spouse. And while we don't have to forgive, it would, how do I put this? It would heal your soul, heal your spirit while you're here. Whatever it is that you're going day to day, whatever it is that you're going through, that will make your load a little bit lighter. And I also got the word decisions. So I know someone also, well, we have a lot of us have to make decisions in this world, don't we? And I want to say it's with a work issue, whether or not it's a promotion. And I want to say, yes, you can go with the promotion. But also, so this is for two different people. And I know this is a live show, and I'm not really sure how all this works, but this is how information and energy comes to me, and how my spirits, they talk to me and they give me information. So whoever is listening, I know that you're receiving this. So there's two things with the decisions when it comes to work. Someone is looking for a promotion, and that is going to come for you. And I think this goes with you as well, or it goes with someone else, or I'm actually hearing two people. So there's also an opportunity to start your own business, is it catering? Is it cookies? I'm getting catering cookies. I'm going to write that down. I write things down, whether I come back to them or not. I need it to dispel the energy. So it's catering and it's cookies. And they're saying to me that it is okay to move forward with that project. And they're calling it a project. Okay. So I am about ready to have a caller, though. And I'm not sure. She should be coming on any moment. Hi, Jerry Ann. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
Hi, Jerry. Are you?
Hi.
How are you tonight?
I'm all right.
I'm getting.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm getting a sense of sadness from you, and some confusion as well.
Yeah, confusion.
With your confusion, I'm actually getting, it feels distorted. And you may tell me anything that you like, but I'm just going to go into what I am feeling. And
Okay.
please interrupt me if you need to say anything. With your confusion, I'm also feeling some distortion with that. It's almost as though so confusions is about wanting answers or needing answers for a certain subject. But with yours, it seems like everything that you're asking, what you're seeking, what you're looking for is distorted with a lot of, it's almost like the outside world or the outside people are making your situation even more convoluted. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, it really does. I'm at a crossroads. Been doing a lot of inner healing, shadow work. My dad just passed away about 2 months ago. Found out some horrible things probably about 2 years ago. And I realized that with my dad's passing, I'm not only saying goodbye to him, but I have to say goodbye to life and the people that were in it.
I see.
Because they put me into a state of self-destruction. I allow that.
I see.
Along with the shadow work, I'm starting to get what I think are maybe messages from spirit or from angels or from whatever it is.
So I'm seeing, getting two things, not to interrupt you. I just want to make sure that I tell you what they are. One, I'm getting that there is some anger with the situation with you, almost as though you have to, I'm getting the sense that you want to let your father go, but you want to hold on to him. But you're also angry at other people in your life as well. When you said you're letting them go, I feel like you might be letting them go, but you're holding on to that anger. And I would say you need to let that go as well. I'm also getting addictions. I don't know if, I don't know if that is you or if that's someone very close to you, but there is someone is suffering with addictions or trying to get over addictions. And you are also, I know you said signs, shadow work. So you're also going through a dark night of the soul. And I do believe that you have your own gifts as well. that you are starting to come in tune with that you may not have known before. Although I do sense that you may have known when you were a little girl that there were some things happening that,
Oh, absolutely.
yeah, okay. I was going to say, because you sensed them. And
To
so,
travel. Actually, there was, up until I was 5 years old, I found out that my dad had been raping me. I have no memory of it. But I know also during that time, I would see I would see fairies. I would play with fairies. I know angels were always around me. Um, and to this day, I still say I've seen them with my human eyes. Wasn't just my third eye. And then, yeah, a lot of things changed in my life, and I just kind of shut it off.
you went through an abusive section of your life.
Well, on more than one occasion. There
Right.
was that. Then I had abuse from my siblings, and then I was in a 11 and a half year relationship where 11 years of that was abusive.
Right. I'm seeing physical abuse with that. And I'm also seeing addictions with that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, he made you crazy is what he did.
Pardon me?
He in your relationship, he made you crazy. And I don't mean
Yeah.
that in a derogatory way, but that was one of the ways that he controlled you, was to make you crazy.
Absolutely.
And he was out of control. I get drinking.
Yes.
Okay.
Very much so.
Yeah. And the more he drank, the more it escalated and the more abusive it became.
Yes.
They call that gaslighting now, but I don't believe that this is a relationship that happened right now. This is a few years back when we weren't really using that word where okay, so I'm just getting something from your father, which is so I don't know if your father saw what was going on, or he's saying he just turned a blind eye to your life, to what was going on with you. He didn't really intervene, and he's saying he's sorry for that. Um, in fact, he's
Yeah,
showing me a lot of emotion.
My mom didn't give him a choice
Okay.
for the things that he did. Yeah. Yeah.
And he's saying he sees it now. He didn't see it then, or even if he did see it, he didn't acknowledge what you were going through. But he is acknowledging it now, and he wants you to know he is acknowledging it now. And he knows he can't change any of that. It doesn't change the past. It doesn't change the future. It doesn't do anything. But he wants to give you some type of validation that yes, you are seen now. You weren't seen then. You are seen now. But I do see, going back to your relationship, that it wasn't, they call it gaslighting, but he very much spun things around for you where you didn't really know which way was up, and you didn't know what to say or where to go or where to move mentally and emotionally, that was also distorted. You've lived in a very distorted, disassociative life. That's been your world since you were young, is to live in a disassociation to reality, because it's been the only way for you to be able to survive. And what I'm seeing now is you're slowly coming out of that, where you're realizing you don't have to survive so much anymore. You're starting, like, the clouds are leaving you, and you're starting to see some goals, some dreams, and hope. That's what
There's so much
you have
confusion
now.
there because I don't know. Am I supposed to be giving messages? Am I supposed to be doing energy work and healing? And I'm just like, oh my God, what am I supposed to do? What if I make the wrong decision?
You can't make a wrong decision in this. You absolutely cannot make a wrong decision, because everything that you put out there is also going to heal your spirit. So let me ask you, do you have a journal?
I have a book,
Okay.
but
I
as soon as I go to put pen to paper, I can't seem to make that pen write anything down.
Okay, we're gonna keep a different type of journal. We're gonna do
Okay.
a sign journal of all the signs that are coming in and what they mean to you. So every day
Okay.
you're gonna write at the top whatever the date is, and then at the end of the day, or carry it around with you. If you see a sign, if you see you're also getting numbers. Some of us get numbers, some of us don't. You're getting numbers, and if you're not, start paying attention. They're not always
Oh,
triples.
I get numbers all the time, and
Okay.
I know, like if I go into a store, there's
Yeah.
lots of times I know even before I walk into that store, I know what my order's going to be because
Okay.
it's, and I don't know. Everyone says, "Are you seeing it?" Well, I don't know if I'm seeing it. Well, how do you know? I just know. I just know.
Okay.
And I know if it's a number just for me, or if I'm supposed to share it with someone that crossed my path in the store that day.
I see. Our time is running short. I actually have another caller waiting, but I want to say to that, um, so your gifts, you're almost, so time is always, there is no time on the other side, correct? So you're seeing something that's already happened when you're seeing those numbers. But I just want to get to the journal before you leave, which is,
Okay.
I want you to write down every single sign, and I want you to write down what it means. And then you're going to go back to that periodically. And so that you can see how your gift is moving and where it's taking you, because it's very important that you're seeing something and then it happens, so that you're psychic, but that's a different type of being psychic. Not everybody's, you walk in and all that's going to happen. That's almost like it's like deja vu, but not quite.
Correct. All right.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. So when they're, yeah, I'm trying to think where they would. I would just hold on to that and I would write it down and see where it takes you. But they are trying to open your gifts, and I am hearing about angels because you've been through so much. Please know that there are angels around you, and you can ask them. You have guides, but because of all the trauma, your angels step forward for you, and you can communicate with angels easier than what you can communicate with your guides because you need more healing. So you will move into the healing field. That doesn't mean you're going to stay in the healing field. It's just to heal you because of the sexual trauma that is holding you. It is holding on to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Huh. Okay.
You have a lot to unpack. I will keep you in my prayers. You do. I can see it. There is a lot. And even in your teenage years, you have, that was wild. That was a wild ride for you, your teenage years.
Yeah. And then 10 years now wild with my oldest daughter, with her mental health and her, so I know I need to heal me so that I can heal my children.
Yes.
Because it has to stop now.
Your daughter, you should look into addictions with her as well. Whatever is happening with her. I'm not saying she has addictions, but there's something with her. She's sad. She's depressed. You need to watch her depression.
Very much so.
Yeah. You need to get her into therapy. Her depression is at a low.
Into which?
Therapy. Into therapy.
Oh, she's 19 years old, and she has been in therapy since she was 8.5 years old.
Okay, good.
And we've actually just decided now we're going a route, taking her off all of her pharmaceuticals, and we're going to try naturopathic. And she's going to try. She believes now that I can help her, and I can help her heal with a lot of the trauma that was caused in her dad's home.
Yes, she has a lot too, and she is holding on to that. I can feel
Yeah,
that.
absolutely. Oh, and she's very gifted too.
Yeah.
But
She's
she's blocked it all off because it's just too much, right?
she's blocked it off, but I also see her writing. I think she writes some of this in poetry, or she writes some of this down. And she listens to music as well, but her depression is, not something to be totally worried about, but definitely want to keep that in check with her. And she needs to get out of the house. She needs to get out of her room. She needs to get out of her own space, and be, I want to say, in the sun. She needs to get the sun on her face and really feel it. She needs to get out into nature. Though she doesn't seem like a big nature person, but she just needs to be outside. She needs to know that she's alive.
Yeah.
And be able to feel alive, that her childhood does not make who she is right now. And she doesn't understand that. She believes that what she's been through, and I know you're the mom, and I know this is hard to hear, but I know you love your daughter, that she can break free of her childhood, and that will not define her adulthood. And she doesn't know that yet. Somewhere inside of her, she believes that she is broken and she's going to stay broken. She's not. She needs to know that. You need to let her know, and you need to figure out a way to help her with that. And I would say, take what you're going through a little bit, take it back just a little bit, because she takes on your pain as well.
Well, yeah, there's been lots of health issues, and 2 different times with my health issues. My kids were told to say goodbye to me because they didn't think I was coming back from a bigger hospital, and so I mean, there's lots.
Yes, no, there is.
But we're all going to end up okay at the end of the day.
Do you have a son as well? Well, there's a young man with you as well. I don't know if it's a son, but you have a young man as well with you. He seems younger.
He's in spirit.
Oh, okay. Oh, he is with you. He's young. He's young.
Yeah.
Okay, because this one's he's little, and he has okay. He's with you. He is with you. He's smiley. He's a smiley little boy. He's showing now. If he's not blonde, I apologize. I don't always get them, but he's showing me blonde hair, just short, the bangs. But he's showing me little, and he's happy. He's like, I'm happy. And I don't see any pain around him.
That could be my cousin Bobby. He's fought addiction his whole life, and he actually OD'd here probably about a month before my dad passed.
Okay. He is probably the one that came to me right before we did this. Someone that had OD'd came to me right before I sat down here. So he would be one of them. But this is also a little boy as well. So if there's a little boy in your life that you had lost, that passed over, he is also here. But the one that overdosed, he visited me right before we started to let me know. Okay. That would be the addictions. That's what that is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, you have
my daughter has a very addictive personality. And that is a very big concern of mine, that she has said on more than one occasion. She says, Mom, I wish I wasn't afraid to become an addict. She said, because I just want this to stop, even for 5 minutes.
Yes. Your daughter needs
addiction is
therapy.
Very strong in my family, and I've enforced that in my kids. It's not worth it. It's not worth the risk.
No.
So.
No. You do need to watch your daughter with we're going to run out of time, I think, any minute now. But you need to watch your daughter with. Again? I said we're going to run out of time, but I just want to say,
okay.
Yeah, we have 2 minutes. I'm just staying with you for the whole thing because I know you have a lot.
Thank you.
your daughter with the addictions and with the depression, absolutely. And I want you to journal and write down your signs, because you're not alone. You're not doing this alone. You have angels around you, 100%. And this little boy is definitely with you. He's little. The other one that OD'd.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pain there, but it's very different. These are not the same. So the little boy is very happy, and he wants you to know he's happy. The one with addiction, I'm feeling all shame. This is just all shame right here. So he's not really stepping through, because
I know.
This isn't the time. But you need to make space for yourself as well.
I just need Bobby to know that I told him before, to the moon and back, always, forever, unconditional, no matter what. And that didn't change the day that he made that fatal mistake. My love for him's always going to be unconditional until we meet again. So, and I know he comes around. I know he comes around. Okay.
Sometimes when the souls go over there, they need time to heal, and he hasn't fully, because people are so angry at him. There's some angry people with him that like they're just like, and they won't let go of him in their anger. So he feels like he has to stay there, which he won't forever. He'll eventually make peace with that,
so that he can be at peace.
Right, and he will. He's going to get there. Time is different. But we have about 30 seconds left, and I just want to say that I wish you peace and healing in your journey. And I'm here. I'll be here every Thursday. You can always call back if you want, but I will keep you in my prayers, and know that you have people around you.
Thank you.
You are not alone, my friend. You are not alone.
Thank you.
I promise you.
Thank you very much.
Namaste.
You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV and Lightning Television. Welcome.
Time for Eleanor Gray's Psychic Destiny with Eleanor Gray. Live from GraceDestiny.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is Eleanor Gray's Psychic Destiny
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, welcome to Eleanor Gray's Psychic Destiny Show. Have you noticed that we've got Royal Blue on here to celebrate the coronation of King Charles III over here in London in the UK. So if you're watching all over the world, then it was a fabulous weekend. Everybody enjoyed it. And what about some of those American artists, Lionel Richie and Katy Perry? Brilliant display. Okay, so let's get started here today. It's 7 p.m. in the evening here in London in the UK. I know that it's 2 p.m. over there in New York City and 11 a.m. down in Los Angeles. So we're going to be taking some callers today and answering questions about their lives and about the future. And maybe, just maybe, we'll get a couple of spirit messages that come through from those lovely guides, those souls who have passed into spirit, and we'll see if we can get those connections. Now, I'm using here a very ancient set of cards. These are Greek, and it's about the Greek mythology that shows on all of the cards that you can see. So we're talking about the symbols and the Greek gods as well that are going to give that ancient divination through in the readings. It's quite interesting to just mix and match and use some different tools so that we can still see what is ahead for you. We're going to be looking at pathways today, and those pathways will be prominent as well in the crystal ball. And I do tend to use my crystal ball a lot during readings, mainly because it does actually show. I'm just getting my tools sorted out here, so just bear with. It's always one of those, isn't it, when you haven't got something to hand. So let's see, here we go. There we are. So the crystal ball, let's see what we can see in the crystal. I illuminate this really, really well. So we've got our first caller now, Gwendolyn from Massachusetts. Hello, are you on the line to Eleanor Grace? Hello there, how are you?
Yeah, I'm wonderful. And yourself?
Okay, yes, really well. Thank you. Thank you for asking. Now, I'm just looking here into the crystal ball, and you came straight through on the call. So I'm going to see what is here for you. Firstly, I can see a platform, and it's as though you've taken yourself to an edge. It's really as though you're about to launch yourself into a new phase in your life, which is really quite exciting because it does bring in lots of different opportunities for you and new possibilities, which are always fabulous, aren't they, when we're creating new possibilities for ourselves. So don't be afraid here to go close to the edge of what you want. Perhaps it's difficult for you to say things to people that, you know, you're being too kind or too nice or too shy. But I really do want to push you to find your voice and have that great big say. Really important, because it's a leap of faith that's coming through, and you may be a little bit nervous. Find some courage within yourself, but you're launching into a new pathway. So you're breaking away here from the past decisions that you've made. So choices that seemed to be great a few years back are no longer relevant for you. And that is unusual. It's unusual to see. So, excuse me, let's have a look and see what's in the cards. Does that ring true with you? Do you find that this is now like a big leap ahead? Are you feeling that within yourself, that you have to turn away from past mistakes or decisions and start again, like open a new chapter in your life? Yeah?
Yes, I am feeling that way, and I'm like really confused as to if that includes my relationship, if that, like, this whole new thing means leaving that behind too.
Well, you've got the 9 here. It's the 9 of Wands, and this is a card that really describes your situation as I could see it in the crystal ball. In the crystal, it was a platform. You're going to the edge. You're about to jump off it, really. But it does take courage to do that. Here, with the card, the first card that I've drawn for you from the Greek deck, this is about you crashing the ship that you're sailing on. That means your life. You're crashing your life on the rocks. But it's 90% that is going and only 10% that you're keeping. Now, obviously, that 10% is you, plus, secret passengers that you can take and that you can choose with you, to go with you. I do feel that there's a lot of arguments. You've got this very sort of argumentative card here, which is all about communication not being very positive, negativity that's around you in relationships. So let's see what's coming next. I don't feel as though you have to be a big drama queen and sort of end everything in your life and move on. I think it's a bit more gradual than that. Here, though, you have a card which tells you about your relationship, and whether it's true or not, you will be feeling betrayed. You will be feeling as though you haven't had 100% of the commitment that you really were looking for and the commitment that you deserve. So it is difficult for you to be able to reassess. Now here...
Yes, because I do feel as though there may be some cheating. I just kind of feel it in my gut.
Yeah, there is a betrayal there. Your partner, was he... What is the story about his ex, an ex-wife or an ex-live-in partner? There's somebody that's trying to sort of pull here, just sort of pull on his shirt tails and say, look, come back, you're mine. This card here is for you. And this is about moving on. It is about finding yourself in a different situation. Let me take you another card. And it's going to happen quite quickly because you've got this speed that's around you. So you're taking that leap of faith. You will do that. Regardless of your position today, these are events that are unfolding. Let me get you a timescale card, because I feel as though this is within 3. Yeah, you see, you've got judgment. We've got the number 3 here, judgment that is coming after that. So 3 months at the most, absolute most, it's going to be a time where justice is served. So this is when the truth will come out and you don't have to ask questions. It will be obvious. Everything will be seen by you. So I feel very strongly now that your best course of action really is to plot, plan and scheme, if you like, sort of be the high priestess. Do make arrangements for yourself to protect yourself. Do make sure that you've got a little nest egg. Do make sure that you are trusting good quality friends. Keep your own counsel. Don't be tempted to tell all and sundry, to tell everybody about your position or about your feelings or about your intentions. It's very much a time for the next 3 months to really look after yourself, take care of who you are, and try to think only about what you really do want for the future. This is not a time for revenge or discovery or trying to blame somebody else for what's happening in your life. It's time to be brave and to say, right, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this course of action. I'm going to plot it out. I'm going to plan to be successful. Because rarely do we plan to fail, do we? And you don't want to fail this time. You want to make absolutely sure that you're the one that's in control of your own destiny. Angels are with you as well. And I do have to say that, that I can feel them coming into my room. I can feel them here all around your face. So I feel that you will be sort of touched here. It's like a little cherub face that I've got, and somebody holding your head, kissing your forehead, and it's just like an angel kiss that you're being given. So the spirit with you, those loved ones in spirit who've come, really, I feel, to share everything with you that you hold dear to yourself, and marking out a route and a pathway as well for you. This is a straightforward arrow And it's really clear in the crystal. So let's bring this up again so that we can all sort of share in this pure quartz crystal. And it really does look lovely. And what I'm seeing here is you enjoying that sense of spirit, really having the power of the quartz crystal to help with cosmic orders. And I think we're going to do a cosmic order for you. We're going to make a wish here because I think you need a bit of help. So everybody that watches the video, either playing it back or live, think about making a wish for our caller here so that we can say, look, find that courage. Do be prepared to move rather quickly, to make your plan and take yourself through those guiding lights that Spirit are bringing here for you. So we wish with harm to no one that opportunity and an opening will be granted to you, will be brought to you, and Spirit will do that. You're gaining a particular soul in spirit who's going to act as your mentor, your guide, that is taking you forward. I feel a little push, this, very delicate touch around your cheek, so you may dream about that. I feel that this is a lady in spirit, possibly mother, grandmother, because it's maternal line here that I am seeing. But I do feel that this is an opportunity now for you to gracefully accept that you are going to be making changes. But don't be worried, you will be helped. It's not a journey that you will be taking on your own. So I do hope that reading helps you and gives you that sort of turning point, I suppose, to say, okay, well, this is it. It's marvelous. And this is what we are going to do. So best of luck with your journey. And I will speak to you again. You can always come through to me for an email reading or a psychic reading, just like this, but it's personal and face-to-face on my website. That's gracedestiny.com. So hop along there and you'll find out all about me. So thank you very much for calling in, and we'll speak to you again. Hope you enjoyed that. Right now, we are going to go to our next caller, who is coming through straight away. I feel that our next caller is here. Hello, are you on the line?
Hi, yes.
Hello, Kathy. Hi there. It's Eleanor Grace here. I'm good, very well, thank you. And Kathy is in Wyoming, so thank you for coming through onto the show. I'm in London in the UK, so we're a long way away from each other, but we are going to get very powerful connections. Now, first of all, I'm using cards here, and what I want to see, Kathy, is where you're at here in the display. So these are ancient cards, and looking here, you've got the world. Well, the world is really amazing. It shows that you're reaching all corners of your strengths as a person, both mind, body, spirit, and also that future pathway that is really very strong. And I think that you're reaching out to everybody. So this is about expansion now in your life, and it's a personal expansion too. So you will be aiming now at new developments for yourself, at you taking either new courses or training, or perhaps even a hobby, a new project or a hobby that absolutely creates a marvelous opportunity for you, because it opens up something new that you haven't tried before. So there's a discovery here as well of talents and skills that you just never knew you had. So test yourself now and don't be afraid to really sort of push the boat out and try something new. Let's see what the next card has got to say to you. Don't forget, these are my ancient cards, which are about Greek mythology. So they tend to go under the surface rather than just look at the sort of froth on the top or the icing on the cake. No, we don't do that. We look under the surface, and that's where we can get decisions. Well, decisions has come through next, and that's judgment here. And that's very important because it means that you've got a clear mind and clarity of vision. And this is an opportunity for you to make a decision that's really good. And it's about you. It's about you. So let's see what's next. We've still got our cards here. So let's have a little look and see what we're pulling through. We'll go dive straight into the middle. Why don't we do that? Let's have a look. Wow, look at that. That's the High Priestess. So this is you now deciding very much upon who you are as well. So what qualities do you have to have? Have you really tried hard to expand your life into a new direction? But this female here is going to be significant, very important for you as a mentor, as a friend, possibly, but also as a family member. So I feel there's somebody close here to you that is going to sort of grab hold of you and pull you out of where you are at the moment and help you to move forward. The expansion is really quite big. It goes across all corners of your life. So it's a bit like reinventing yourself and putting on new outfits, new clothes, new image, new you. That's what this is about. There is somebody as well who I feel is this woman here. She is a bit difficult. She's somebody that could be quite a disruptive influence here in your life and a person that you need to beware of and perhaps, keep your distance from. I think she's in your circle of friendship groups or neighbours, people that you encounter, generally speaking, on a daily basis. So this is where you will find your own personal sort of parameters. So I don't like this lady. I feel that she's, cloning you a bit, trying to find out a lot of information about you, being underhand and perhaps a little bit undermining. She comes into your life as a bit of a creative person, a teacher, a leader, somebody who says, oh, look, I can show you the way to go. I can give you all the answers and find solutions to all of your problems. All you have to do is listen to me. Now, that's when you've got to have that little bell ringing up there saying, no, I can make my own choices and I can have my own mind to be made up. And I feel that this is where everything begins to go very quickly, and you will find that you're in an entirely different situation to the one that you think you're in. So let's have a look now at another card as well. Let me just see what is here. So again, we're going back to the mythic here, and we're just going to dive in on this section of cards that I have. Now we've got the Empress. This is lovely. This is about you moving on. It's about you taking control of your life, and it's about you being able to settle with a home environment that really suits you. So it's like maybe a house, maybe you're thinking of moving house. Is that something that's on your mind, or creating a lush home environment for yourself? And you've got water here, so you are likely to be near water. So is that something that you're contemplating at the moment?
Yes.
Sorry, I can't hear.
Yes.
You are. Brilliant. Okay. So with that move, do you feel as though you have to do this, that there's an energy around you that really makes it very important? Now, don't forget what I've said about this lady here, who is a thorn in your side. Do you recognize her?
I think so, yes.
Yeah, okay. Well, she's also the High Priestess. She's somebody that hides herself in plain sight. So she will be a friend, a family member, a neighbor, somebody that is perhaps a work colleague even, but she's hiding in plain sight, but she's undermining you. So you're going to make a judgment call here. And the judgment is to move on. And that is to celebrate yourself and to put yourself in new circumstances, new surroundings that make sense to you, that, you know, give you a really, really great position to start off with now and to start your life with again. It's like that. It feels like that to me, that you're starting something again. Now, I do have the initial C around you. This is from someone in spirit, but also a H as well. So capital H and capital C. I'm seeing those very clearly in your aura when I'm connecting to you. Do you live by the ocean? Do you live next to water?
No, my home is next to the ocean, though.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It seems that there's a lot more water in your environment, you know, where you're living in the near future, which you like, and I think it's good for you. So whenever you can, go to the seaside or the river or a lake or even just a little stream and just listen to the water. And if you could get anything like a waterfall or a water feature in a garden or in a park, or sit there, because Spirit's coming close to you and it's the water that's attracting your spirit guides to you. These are family members, though. So these are your ancestors, the 6 of them. And so you've got a surrounding pool of souls in spirit. They're all trying to get through to you here in your dreams. So you don't go into deep sleeps, I don't think. Your subconscious is really quite lively. Is that true? Do you find it that you're sleeping, then not sleeping? Are you doing that at the moment? Yeah.
Right. My sleep has been very sporadic.
Okay. Well, this is when spirit is coming in, and this is sort of tapping. You know, can you see me? Can you hear me? Are you there? It's that sort of tentative feeling, but there's a lot of psychic power in your family and in your ancestry and in your history. So that will have come down to you. And this is why perhaps you're discovering that you're not sleeping a solid 8 hours or sleeping all the way through, that, you know, now it's a time that you really do need to be thinking, all right, if somebody's trying to wake me up or get me out of bed or push me up a chair, perhaps I should consider looking into the areas of meditation and mediumship a little bit more. But you will do anyway, because you're intrigued, and I feel that that's very special for you. So the initial of C and the initial of H, they will be important. So again, we've got this card here of you feeling as though everything has passed you by, that, you know, decent people, the people that you wanted, are no longer there. Is that true?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, here's somebody here who is making a difference now in your near future. This is a man who is, as you can see, full of money. He's got money at his feet and he's quite well placed. Now, he's going to make you a proposition. It's an offer or a proposition which comes through from, perhaps it's work, perhaps it's around your home, but this is a man that's significant. Are you waiting for money at all? Are you waiting for a decision on money, such as, I don't know, a financial rebate or a loan or something that is going to just give you a bit of a financial boost? Because I feel that that's very prominent in the whole of your reading, because you've been picking up some coins, some gold coins, putting them in your pocket and moving yourself around. And I feel that that's a situation that will help you. So within the next 2 months, so I feel now the end of May, April, June, midsummer, you will be in a much better position emotionally and financially, but moving on is part of that. Here you've got the dragon. Now this is a spiritual dragon here, and it's a dragon that you've fought, and that is a lucky emblem, I feel, for you, and it's behind you now. So the battles that you have had are gone, but don't encourage them to linger in your mind or in your heart. So feel strong and make things happen for yourself. Let's look again into the crystal ball. So if you can try and just give yourself a really sort of strong opportunity to look into the crystal. And this is a quartz crystal. And what we're going to do is we're coming towards the end of the show now. And we're going to look at how we can make a cosmic order, an affirmation for you. So your dearest wish, I feel, is to be able to have freedom and to not be tormented either by the past. That is very clear here. And a new start, a new beginning. It's all new beginnings tonight, with 6 souls in spirit around you. So you're never walking alone, and you won't do. So let's make another affirmation for our caller with harm to no one. We're going to wish onto the crystal ball, body that's watching, and I just want you to feel the power of the crystal, see the aquamarine lights and see the quartz crystal glow. And this is all about communication and your aura and how you're cleansing your aura. So what we're going to do next is make that wish with harm to no one and bring all the good things to us. And you can do this for yourself at home. And we just blow very gently onto the crystal ball. And there we are. There's our wish. There's our cosmic order. And I want to welcome you back next week at the same time, where we'll have more callers and we'll make some more cosmic orders. But in the meantime, if you would like a little mini reading, then get across to my website. That's gracedestiny.com. I've been Eleanor Grace, and it's been a pleasure to read for you. And see you again very soon. Bye-bye for now. Bye.
You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for Understanding Spirit with Mary Shapano. Mary Shapano. Live from MaryVCircles.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is Understanding Spirit
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
everybody, and welcome to another week of Understanding Spirit. I'm your host, Mary. Today, we're going to continue doing an educational show, and I'm going to be talking to you today about the clairs. The clair is a word, it's a French word, and it means clear. And then, of course, we have the main one that most people know, which is clairvoyance. And then we also, which means seeing, clear seeing. And then we have clairaudience, which means clear hearing. So when we're hearing spirit. And we have clairsentience, which is clear sensing and feeling. And we have clairgustance, which is clear tasting, when you get maybe a metallic taste in your mouth that you didn't have before. And of course, claircognizance, which is clear knowing, where you just know things and you don't know how you know them. And there is clairsalience, which is clear smelling. You may get a smell of a perfume or something like that when you are communicating with spirit. All right, so we are going to just go through a simple kind of exercise where I'm just going to get you to ask your guides to give you an example of a taste or a smell or something like that. In the first show that I had done, we had did a Meet My Guide meditation. If you've been working through with that, you may be sensing or feeling your guide and impression of them. Just keep working through that. And with this exercise, we're going through it, you know, faster than maybe you might like to do on this show, but you can sort of do it in your, once you know what you're doing, you can do it, of course, in your own pace. And it doesn't matter which of these clairs is the most dominant for you. You will find that once you start, the others kind of catch up at some point. So you just start with what is the strongest for you. Even though I could see spirit, I wasn't aware of it at the time, and I would go more with my claircognizance. I just knew things, and my husband would just ask me my opinion on something, and I'd give him an answer, and he'd say, how do you know that? Because it just sounded pretty left field for him. And I'd say, I don't know, I just know. And in time it would turn out to be correct. So it doesn't matter which is the strongest for you. Mine, like I said, was claircognizance and just sensing, clairsentience, just sensing and feeling things, and things just kind of kicked, because I trusted it, things just kicked into place after that. So don't expect it to always be, you know, clairvoyance, that you can see things. All right, so just kind of be kind to yourself when you're learning. If you feel like you've got some abilities, trust your intuition and just keep going. This is not something you learn overnight. It's just trusting and practicing, and that's basically all it is. I will be giving you for some weeks now, you know, how to develop. And so you just keep pushing through with it and practice everything as often as you need to. All right, so I'm just going to get you, as always, to protect yourself. Remember, when you're dealing with spirit, you always need to protect your body. That is the most important thing, and your space. All right, so you can just relax. If it's easier for you to close your eyes, just for the purpose of being able to focus more. You won't always need to do it with your eyes closed, so it's up to you the way you want to proceed with that today. But I would suggest, if you're doing this for the first time, just close your eyes so you're able to focus. And I want you to just visualize a white ribbon of light coming down and just protecting you and wrapping around your body from head to toe. Once you've done that, I want you to visualize a white light going all the way around you. So it's forming like a bubble around you, and you are inside this white light that is a bubble, and you're protecting your body, your auric field at this point, keeping you safe. So then it's very important to do some deep breathing so your body can just completely relax. When you lose focus, remember, always go back to your breath and you can start again. All right. So I want you to just breathe into the count of 4 and hold to the count of 4 and breathe out to the count of 4. Breathe into the count of 4, hold to the count of 4, and breathe out to the count of 4. Breathe into the count of 4, hold to the count of 4, and breathe out to the count of 4. Breathe into the count of 4, hold to the count of 4, and breathe out to the count of 4. Start to become aware of your space, the energy around you. Put out a thought to your guide that you want to work on your clairs today. And just start to feel the energy around your body. See if you feel anything different. And I want you to ask your guide to give you a visual to help you understand your clairvoyance. Ask them to give you something that they love about you. And see what you see. Now I want you to ask your guide to tell you something. To work with your clairaudience. You may hear it objectively, which is outside of your body, or you may hear it internally. Either way is fine. Could come to you just like it sounds like a thought. I want you now to ask your guide to give you something for you to work with your clairsentience. So you're sensing and feeling. Could be a feeling in your body. Could be a sense of happiness or a feeling of in a certain part of your body. If you receive a feeling in your body and it continues to stay with you and it's something you didn't have beforehand, ask your guide to take it away. Okay, and you may need to do this more than one time, and that's fine. Remember, you're learning. Now, I want you to ask your guide to work with your clairgustance. which is your clear tasting. So you may get metallic taste in your mouth, or something else. I was helping somebody on a missing persons case once, and I had received the taste of cheese. And well, I like cheese. I was not thinking about cheese at the time. And I received it in that way. The medium that I was also working with on this case, she received it by smelling it, which we will also do in a minute. And it did turn out that the direction that this person had gone was actually past a cheese factory. So never dismiss these clairs. They're not that common. I do have an uncle of mine who is in spirit, and he did pass away some time ago, but he smoked a lot, and when he is around me, I will have that smell first, before his energy comes up close, and he usually just comes up behind me to just see what I'm doing. He doesn't really talk to me or anything like that. So never dismiss these clairs. All right, they're still very important. So now ask your guide to give you an example of clairsalience, which is clear smelling. I'm always going to have a problem saying that word. And just see what you get. Now we'll just go to claircognizance, which is your clear knowing. And as I said to you before, this idea, even though I was clairvoyant and I could see spirit, I did not know at the time that I was a medium. But this I trusted. My claircognizance, I always trusted it. So just to ask your guide to put a thought in your head. So a lot of the time, for me, I would wake up just knowing things. It would come to me while I was sleeping, or if somebody asked me something. It was not something that was like a big moment where of knowing something. I would just automatically answer, and I would just know that that was correct, and I would never really understand how I knew it. Okay, so this is a way to work with your guide. You may have got some impressions for each of those clairs. You may not have. This is just practicing. Remember, always set the intention of what you want to do with your guide and how you want to go about it. But this is the way to identify your spiritual class. Practicing asking for different things regarding each of the clairs. All right, so I'm just going to thank you for tuning in with me to A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV, and I hope you're learning along the way and enjoying the program, and I look forward to seeing you next week and working with you to understand spirit. Take care. Always smile when you're out and about. You never know who's going to need that. Okay, so be nice to everyone, and especially yourselves. All right, so bye.
listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for Psychic Paths with Suzanne Marie. Live from PsychicPaths.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/Psychic Radio.
Or one of our websites,
AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv.
This is Psychic Paths
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to A1R Psychic Radio. I am Suzanne Marie with Psychic Paths, and I'm a clairvoyant and a light trance medium. It's so good to be here. It's been off and on for a while that I've been on air, moving from city to city and moving to a new home. There's a lot of people going through changes right now. A lot of changes that feel very very forced and but very much needed. Sometimes we go through these changes, these transformations, and it is what we need, whether we know it or not. And so I want everyone to understand or remember that the universe is working on our behalf at all times. Sometimes we forget that. Sometimes it makes us feel angry or frustrated or hopeless. But honestly, the universe does work in our favor. And so I've gone through this too, where I've been forced to change, but it is for my own best interest. So I understand the dichotomy of that, and I empathize with anyone who's going through changes right now, hard changes, deep soul searching changes. But it's that time. I feel like it's time for everyone to get a good look at the things that no longer benefit us. And it's not just a full moon or a lunar moon or an eclipse of some sort. It's just the energy right now is about change. So my feelings and my sympathies and empathy and camaraderie with the change, I have it. Just keep on being brave and courageous, and good things will come to you. For all those people whose intentions and motivations are to be their better selves, to be, there's Catherine from California. Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me okay?
Yes,
How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good, and thank you.
Yes.
How about
So,
you?
I'm doing a lot better. It's summer, and I'm in Minnesota. So for the
Oh,
next
I see.
couple of months, it'll be nice and warm and sunny.
There you
So
go.
so what can I help with tonight for you?
Well, maybe you have a love reading for me for coming up.
Yeah, would you like to ask a question?
Well, I just kind of like to know a particular person if is going to be coming in, or what you pick up on.
Okay, hang on a second. Let me hear it. Let me see and hear what Spirit has to say. So far, it feels like right away what I got was a lot of hovering. Are you getting a lot of attention, or don't you know that you're getting a lot of attention? Because it feels like your energy is on right now for companionship and for a relationship.
Yeah.
Okay, you know your energy is on.
Yeah.
That is really sweet. It's really sweet when that happens. It's built into you to be this antenna for attractiveness, and it's like a light is on. So,
There's just
do
one
you?
particular person I'm interested in, though.
Yeah, that's what I see, and I was about to ask you about that. Um, I'm trying to get a good vision of him. From his energy, he's kind of introvert. I feel an introverted energy. I feel a very serious thinking person. He does notice you. He does notice you, and he is paying attention. What I'm trying to see now is if there can be a connection, a serious connection with this person. It feels like he's been hurt before. And I know that he's been healed from it, but he's doing his best not to make the same mistake as he did before, but he's stopping at the gate instead of running through the gate to start a conversation and to start a relationship with you. He's a bit fearful because
Well, he tried to.
did you say something to hurt his feelings?
I just kind of put the stop. I kind of slowed it and probably stopped it because I had been hurt before too, and I was in the healing process. And I'm
Okay.
so much better now. It's been 2 years now. So yeah.
I feel that there could be an opening to a conversation with this person. I'm looking at the environment. Is there like a space where there people can take a break and there's kind of a it's like a break place, but they're eating and drinking and talking and conversing, but it's like for a while, not really a long time. Do you know which environment I'm talking about?
Where people are eating and drinking and taking a break.
Yeah, it seems like a pit stop of some sort. Maybe a coffee shop or a break room. It's busy, but I feel like people don't stay there for a long time. It's not, formal dining. It's just a quick break from whatever else is going on in the world.
Well, maybe that's his work environment
Okay.
because
I sense
him and I don't. Yeah.
I sense that there will be an opening to a communication, but I'm almost positive from what Spirit is saying that you will have to make the first call with that. You will have to open the door because he feels like if he starts anything with you, he's going to be told no again. And
Well, this. Mm. No,
that is what
I've
Spirit is saying.
I've already put work towards it. I mean, I've been courteous and, have contacted him to see how he's doing. And, but I never get anything in return. And I just don't work that way.
I feel like you've got a lot of attractive energy going around you. And I feel like you won't be bored this spring and this summer. I feel like you will have suitors. You will have gentlemen that are interested in you. And I wouldn't stop for this fella because this fella is an introvert and it feels like he's going to stay an introvert. There is a situation where you could open the door physically with him in face to face, but if you don't want to, then that's fine too. But I feel like he's an introvert and he's already feels like he's been shot down. He's already been hurt too. So my suggestion would be keep that beautiful sunny light that you have going on and just enjoy the fellas that you're attracting, because you're attracting some very good men, very decent men. And it might be that either your twin flame or your soulmate is going to be attracted to you this summer. And you will know that.
Sounds, the one you were talking about sounds like the ex-boyfriend that I had for years. That's who that sounds like. Doesn't sound like the new person. It sounds like the old person.
It is new. What I'm seeing is new.
Oh, okay.
Because I feel like there's a buzz around you. This is, maybe it's just because you feel it. You feel good about yourself. You feel safe. You're being yourself. You're thinking of yourself. And that's very attractive. But I feel it's not an old person coming in. It's a new person coming in. And the ex you're talking about, it feels grady. It feels like you graded each other. It was intense and it was pleasurable for a while. And then it turned into just disliking each other. And then it just kind of fused out. But it's not coming back to you. That's not coming back to you. Or he's not going to do it. He won't open the door. So
that sounds to me like not a good start.
Well, that's what I get. And thank you so much for letting me share with you tonight. And you have a wonderful summer. Thank you for calling.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, everyone. Have a great week. I will see you next week. And be brave and let's keep transforming into the wonderful people we are. All right. Bye-bye.
You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for Your Time to Shine with Julie Yeager-Walker. Julie Yeager-Walker. Live from Wings of Souls with Julie.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is Your Time to Shine
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Good evening, everyone. and welcome to Your Time to Shine, a radio show designed to help you explore your own divine gifts. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the show this evening. I'm so happy that you are here spending your evening with me on the radio, and I hope everyone is doing well. We've had some really intense energy, and I feel like I say this all the time when I come on the show, but it's been some really intense energy. You know, we're still in Mercury retrograde. We just had a full moon and a lunar eclipse, and boy, were those intense. And I think we're still feeling the effects of that. And I'm watching people around me, and they are feeling it too. It seems like everybody's a little bit on edge. Some people a little bit grumpy. I've run into a few that have been just a little bit grumpy, and I've had a little bit of a hard time keeping my energy, and keeping their energy at bay. So I don't know. Are you feeling that too? If you are, always remember to check in with you and your body and ask if you are feeling somebody's energy or if it's really your own. And if it is not yours, always remember to return back to sender with love and consciousness, because that will lift that energy and put you back into your own energy, into your own space that you can keep clean, essentially. Stay in your own vibration, in your own energy, and keeping that up so that you can go through your day and make all of your dreams and your manifestations come true. Which kind of leads me into the cards. I picked some cards for all of you that are listening tonight, and they're very interesting. So the cards I selected, or I got this evening, one is decisions. The second card I pulled is now. The third card that I pulled is prosperity. And then I pulled one more just for clarification, and I got the threshold. So really interesting. So if some of you are making some large decisions in your life, and those decisions you have put into your manifestation, right? You've planted that seed of manifestation. You've made the decision of what it is you are wanting to do. And now you are in that space in between, then in the now, on the threshold, right? And you're just waiting. It's just right there. And that's the hardest part for some of us to deal with, is being in that in-between stage, because as humans, we want to keep pushing through, and it's all about divine timing. And the universe is saying, it's very close. It's very close, right? You're on the threshold, and you have to be in the now. And if you can do that, prosperity is waiting on the other side of that threshold. So the biggest takeaway on this is to be patient. The universe is working for you in the background. All of it is in divine timing, and you just have to be in that waiting period, that patience period, to let it all come to fruition for you. I think it says this actually perfectly in the prosperity card. It says, you alone are the source of all prosperity. Let me live in gratitude, trusting every need is handled, right? Trusting that every need is handled. And so, again, it's about waiting for that perfect moment, for that perfect time, and not trying to push it. Because once you start pushing it, you become in resistance, and you have lost the flow that everything is going through, right? The flow of the energy of the universe, of being able to take a step back, take a breath, and say, okay, I know it's coming. I'm just waiting for that moment that it happens, that divine, the divine interception, right? Where everything comes through. And if you can do that, beautiful things happen, right? Being in that moment and being able to wait for all of those wonderful things to come through, all of the seeds to start bearing the fruit, right? I heard a quote, and I don't remember where it came from exactly, who said the quote. Some of you may know, but it says, you cannot plant the seeds for manifestation and expect fruit the next day, right? It's all about waiting and letting that happen in the moment that it's supposed to happen and when it's supposed to happen for you. Because with everything, might happen differently for somebody else than it is for you. It depends on where they are in their lifetime, in their path, and what they're asking for. So these are fantastic cards. So if you are out there and these are resonating for you, these cards are definitely for you. So remember, after the decisions, stay in the now. You're right on the threshold of something really wonderful, and prosperity is just on the other side. All right. We are going to head to the phone lines right now. Right now we have Mary in New Hampshire. Good evening, Mary, and welcome to Your Time to Shine.
Thank you.
How are you this evening?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Good. What can I do for you this evening?
I'm just wondering how to pick up the broken pieces of my family and move forward.
Okay. Mary, let me tune in to see what your guides have to say. And as I do so, there's just going to be a little moment of silence, and then I'll be right back with you, okay?
Okay.
Okay, Mary. So the first thing that I was getting is that it's not always, it's not upon you, because they keep referring me back to what you said, picking up the broken pieces of your family. And what they're saying is it's not for you to be the quote unquote savior of the family. Everybody has a hand in this. Everybody has a piece of you're almost trying to be the savior. You're trying to be the one that is trying to fix it for the family. And what they're showing me is it's not really your job to be able to do that. As deeply as you are rooted within your family, and within that dynamic, it's about all of the paths. It's like what they're kind of showing me is like this web of all these different, all these different people, all these different dynamics, and they're weaving together, right? But they're not aligning. And so it's about you and how you are able to step through and to move forward, right? And for those who are willing and able to move forward with you, they will come along with you. And for those who aren't quite ready on their path to move forward, they're going to stay behind a little bit. And it's not really your job to be able to bring them through, because it's all about free will. And they have to be ready to take those steps. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes, it does.
Okay. And let me see what else they have here for you. There's something about being the loud one, the voice. Does that make sense to you at all?
Yes, and that I speak the truth. I'm probably one of the only ones who actually speak the truth.
Okay. Okay. It's about standing in your truth, and remember to be in your truth, and like you said, to speak your truth. There is, what they're showing me is there's a lot of back and forth. There's a lot is like zigzagging, right? They're showing me this network of zigzagging. And what they're kind of showing me is things are breaking apart, so that new truths and the real truth is coming forward. Okay. This dynamic, they're showing me like they're showing me that the family dynamic is being recreated. Okay. So what it's doing is it's breaking down so that it can be put back together. And again, they're showing me that some of the family members may not be a part of this recreation. And it's something that that you will have to be okay with, not bringing some of those family members forward. They're saying families aren't always about blood families or blood relatives, right? Our families can be so much more and so much bigger. And that's what you have to remember in this scenario, is that families are way beyond what our bloodlines tell it to be.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It does. It's sad in a way that
It is.
blood family members can't unite. But I mean, it is sad, but I understand. There are things that cannot be forgiven and just cannot be incorporated in the family as moving forward.
Is it, and especially if you're a tight-knit family, right? If you're a tight-knit family that has always been together, who's always, hung in there together, and then to have that family unit fall apart. What I'm being shown is like the rock of your family or your central pillar is no longer with you. And so there's a lot of hurt and a lot of grief and a lot of frustration. And sometimes family members don't know how to deal with that. And that's kind of when the family structure starts to disintegrate and fall apart. And really it's about their own journey. And what they're showing me is that you have taken leaps and bounds in moving forward. And there's still some who are still struggling to get through those processes. And just to remember that everybody goes through their own processes differently and in a different way, right? So how you go through something isn't going to be how your sibling or your cousin or your aunt would go through that same thing. And so it's being able to say, okay, they are going through something different than I am, and being okay to take a step back from that.
Okay.
Does that help you?
Yes. Yes, it does. I guess
It's
my
never
expectations are not to be met at this moment.
right. Yes. And it's about releasing expectations, they're showing me, is to, not expect too much. And that's hard for a lot of us. And I will say, even for myself, it's very hard not to have those expectations, especially when you know how it was before, how it was in the past. And so you just expect that person to show up in the same way and do the exact same things that they've always done. And when they don't, it throws us off. And that's exactly what's going on in this family dynamic.
Okay. Yeah. It's a mess.
It's
I was
never
wondering
easy.
if it could ever be like it was, or is this the way it's going to be?
They're showing me that it's what they're showing me, number one, is that it's never going to be the same as it was, because the dynamic, because people's behaviors have changed and shifted. But they are showing me it could look something similar to what it used to look like. But it's never going to be the same. It's like when you if you change positions, you're still within the same company, but you change positions, right? You're still with the same company, but you're doing something different. It looks different. It feels different to you. And essentially it is different. It's a different job, right? So it's that same thing, right? It's still the family, but it's going to look and feel a little bit different. And it's about being able to morph and change with it. And it's about being open-minded, right? And what that looks like to you now, and being able to make friends with it, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But it's not going to be the same as you've always known. It can't go back.
Right.
It can't go back to that.
No,
Right.
I understand.
Yeah.
Okay. I just wondering how to put the pieces back together after a lot of losses within the family.
Right. Right. What they're showing me is to keep moving in the direction that you're going. It's a healthy direction, okay? Try to be gentle to yourself, because none of this, it's like I feel like there's some blame. You're taking on some responsibility and maybe some blame here that really isn't yours to have, okay? Or yours to keep. So they're saying be true to you, and be gentle with you. Okay, this is a big transition and a big change and a shift that you're going through. And it's not an easy one. And so to remember that piece of it, to be, to be kind to you, but you are definitely going in the right direction. You can see, you can see what others can't see.
Okay.
And by being that light, hopefully you can bring a few of them with you to the other side to restructure the
Okay.
family,
Mhm. Okay. Okay. I'm trying, but it's difficult with all the losses and
Yes.
a lot of things that have happened recently.
This is going to take some time to heal. Okay. This is definitely a lot for your family. They're showing me like, one thing after another, after another, after another. And so when you have that many consecutive things going on, it's going to take its toll, and it's going to take its toll on other people more than others. So,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Just so many losses and so many different directions
yes.
that the family has taken. Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't think anyone has dealt with it in a cohesive way, but
No, no. There's a lot of people that have not dealt with it. And that's why you're feeling that rift. That's why you're feeling like there's so much, it's like picking up the pieces, right? And you can't take on that responsibility to pick up those pieces.
exactly. Yeah, I can't even find all the pieces at this point.
Yeah, and
there are many pieces missing. So
yes, yes,
yeah.
yeah, and that happens.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, Mary, is there anything else I can answer for you this evening?
I think I think that's it. Just dealing with the loss of my two daughters, and if there's anything that any message that you have from them, from the other side,
Okay.
on the eve of Mother's Day.
Yes, with Mother's Day coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me see. There's so much love and there's so much joy coming from the other side for you. They're saying that you are such a wonderful mom, and you are always so gracious and so giving, and they want you to know that. And all the turmoil and everything that you are going through right now, don't forget of the person that you are, that loving, kind, giving person. And that they're saying that they're bringing up your smile, how your smile is just so beautiful and can light up a room. And they're saying, don't forget to smile. It's really important for you to be able to, to bring out that energy and that beautifulness through your smile and through the giving that you do.
Okay. It's not easy to smile these days, but okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can see where they're coming from, and their light and their beauty on the other side.
Yeah.
But we're the ones here that are hurting. But
Yes. Yes. What it's like that what they're showing me is going outside and playing, right? Um, they're showing me them on the swings and the playground and having fun and and just that energy of it and that beautifulness of it. And so not only are they bringing this up so that you can remember those memories, but also to say, try to get out and have that fun again, to bring that little kid out in you again, and to be able to smile and laugh and play. They said you're a beautiful mom, and you can't forget that.
okay. I will try.
They're saying, don't let them beat you up. Yeah. They're saying, stand on your own 2 feet. You've got this.
That's great. That's great.
Okay.
That sounds like them.
They definitely play off of each other.
Do they?
Yeah. Yeah. Their energy, it plays off of each other. It's beautiful.
That's great. They are different. My daughters are different personalities, but I can see that.
Yeah. They've got a great dynamic. Well, Mary, we're coming down to the last few seconds of our show, so I need to say goodnight. And I hope this has been helpful, and happy Mother's Day to you.
Yes, it has been very helpful, and thank you very much.
All right, thank you. It does that for me. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I'll see you again next week.
You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for astrology and psychic readings with Lady D. Lady D. Live from Lady D's PsychicParties.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/Psychic Radio.
Or one of our websites,
AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv.
This is Astrology and Psychic Reading
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi everybody, welcome to Astrology and Psychic Readings with Lady D. So I'm your host for this week, Lady D. I hope you've all had an amazing week. It has been an interesting week that we've been. I wasn't making it last week because we did have the eclipse that happened last week, which happened on the Saturday morning for me on the 6th of May. So it was on the King's coronation for those of us that are in England and Australia, part of the Commonwealth. So it was a big thing. And I feel like it was a funny time to have a coronation on the eclipse there with the Mercury retrograde and other aspects of that. But this week we've got a big week coming up with the astrology as well. We do have on the 15th, Mercury will be going direct in Taurus here. So that will be something that's very good. It's like finally the Mercury retrograde is over. We can breathe. We can hopefully get things to go according to plan. And things can sort of start to run a little bit more smoothly for us. So we've got that happening. We've also got Jupiter making its way into Taurus as well this week. So that is going to be happening around the 17th, 18th of May. And we've also got other aspects that are going on as well. We do have Mars trine Neptune, which I feel like this is going to help people see like the delusion of things where people sort of a bit delusional, see things through rose-colored glasses. I feel like is going to be a bit more clearer. People are going to see things in a lot more clearer perspective, in a clearer way, and people are going to feel a lot. I feel like they can breathe in a lot. It's going to feel, it's a bit of a positive aspect that we got coming up. We do have, when Jupiter is going into Taurus, it is going to make a square with Pluto. And that is going to be a big thing coming up here. Squares is when planets don't work together, they work against each other. So with that, I feel like it's going to bring some shocks and surprises coming up here this week with that aspect. And it's like people aren't going to sort of know what's going to I feel like I keep on seeing people being shocked. So I feel like people are going to be shocked with what that transit is going to bring. And then we've also got a transit with Mars and also Jupiter as well, which I feel like with that aspect, you might feel like you're wanting to slow down, might feel like you're trying to like maybe not feel as motivated or as clear, and might want to stay home, might not want to go out. So we do have a lot of different aspects coming up. With the aspects of the Jupiter coming into Taurus this week, I do feel like with this, and it's going to be there for about a year. So we're looking around this time, like this year coming into next year, and this time Jupiter will be in Taurus. So with this aspect, I do feel people are going to feel more confident in themselves. I feel like it's going to be also dealing with self-value, self-worth. It's going to be about money as well, because Tauruses rule money. It also rules our environment. It's like with Tauruses, they want everything to be stability and stable. It's about their values. It can also be like focusing on one thing, because I find that Tauruses can be a bit stubborn. They like to have a bit of tunnel vision there. I feel like this is going to be a lot of grounding as well. I feel like people might be able to see more. I feel like people might feel more stability as well coming up in the year with this transit that's coming in. And I feel like people will learn how to express themselves, self-expression. I feel like it's a good time to be in nature as well. So it's also going to be, I feel like this is where we might find digital currency more on the rise or more coming in. Something changing with the money system could definitely coming in, especially with Pluto that's in Capricorn. I did feel like that was going to change with that transit, and with the Jupiter in Taurus, it's probably going to really push to bring it in. I do see Jupiter as good luck, so I do see whatever it's going to bring. It should be somehow positive. But then we've also got Uranus that's also in Taurus, which is creating an instability Earth or feeling unstable. So it may not feel like we're completely grounded or we're completely stable, but we might have unpredictable things that are coming up here. But Jupiter is definitely going to help us to ease through the changes and differences. But I always find Uranus being, I don't see that as a bad planet. I was doing a reading, and the man that I was reading for, he was saying, "Oh, but it's unexpected. It's, we don't know." And yes, it is unexpected, but it could be unexpected with finances and with money and with your values. You might suddenly think that, before I thought that way, but now I think this way. So and it might even be really out there what you're thinking about now. So I never see Uranus as a bad or negative planet or energy. I always see it as something unexpected. We don't know what it's going to bring, but sometimes the unexpected can be good as well. And I always see it as more positive as negative, that I do see it. We've also got coming up this week, which I've got here, people are going to avoid what they don't understand. And I feel like this is what's going to be the Jupiter squaring Pluto. And also it's going to be people need to, and what's important. And people need to face it. So I feel like it's going to coming up where people are avoiding things this week, but I feel like what they're avoiding, they really need to face. That's coming up, and it could be something that you're fearful of, could be something that you're scared, that makes you nervous, and the best thing is to face those fears head on. But he's staying away from negative people, as they'll put you in a bit of a spiral. So I feel like negative people that are very negative are going to make, if you're not in a good headspace, stay away from negative people. I just feel like they're going to do your head in a little bit and make you feel a bit worse than what you may be feeling, or putting doubt into you. I've got here, stay grounded and protect your energy. Sometimes when we meet people or we go into certain ways, and we don't protect our energy as much as we should, and we take on other people's things and other people's problems, and sometimes we do need to pull back. So it is about protecting your energy as well. Okay, I feel like people are going to be stuck in their head. So people going to go over things again and again, and people are going to stop thinking and going over. I mean, Mercury will be in Taurus, so we probably are going to be thinking about the stability and what we want and our core values, and really having these things and these topics coming up over in our heads coming up here. I got here, people looking at their values and don't cross them. So know your self-worth. I feel like what your self-worth is, know what your values are. And it's important to, maintain these values and maintain your self-worth and keep them up. Once you sort of cross, or you sort of lower these values, it can really make you feel down. So I feel like your self-worth is very important. Knowing how much you're worth, how much you're worthy, how much time and effort that you put in, and don't let people pull the wool over your eyes. That's a very important thing for this week too. I got here as well, people are thinking about the money, the investments, where to put things, and it's coming up too. We're probably even going to find that, in terms with this Jupiter in Taurus, I'm not a financial person person, but I do feel like things to do with commodities, perhaps there's an interest in that going up too. Anything to do with the earthly plane. So like mining, gold, silver, I do feel like there's going to be a boost in those things coming up with this transit. And I've also got here to dream big, to never stop dreaming and daydreaming, or people might feel like they're daydreaming a lot this week. And I do feel like that's going to be a thing, and it's good to daydream. Okay, I've also got the people here needing to grow up. So probably a fact that people might be getting a bit spiteful or a bit jealous of other people. And I feel like with this aspect, people are needing to sort of overlook things and sort of be the bigger person. That's coming up here as well. Okay, let's go to the callers and see. So we got here Kelly, who's in in Florida. So hi Kelly, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. So how can I help you today?
Um, well, with what you were just talking about, I've been having a problem about feeling worthy and stuff, and just my self-esteem's been really low, and I just wanted to know maybe about also my career and if you see anything changing with my job soon.
Okay, let's have a look here. Um, I feel like where you're feeling the low, it's because of the job. I feel like someone's there, they're putting you down, or they're making you second guess yourself. Um, and they're doing it deliberately. And I feel like it is a bit envious. It is a bit of it's their problem, not your problem that's picking up here. Let's have a look to see what I can see. Okay. I kind of felt the writing's on the wall. I kind of feel like it is time to start looking for something else. 'Cause I feel like that you kind of know, like you can kind of feel the energy in there, and sort of, I just feel like you sort of know. I can sort of see you. You can sort of hear whispers, or you just sort of have this feeling of not fitting in, perhaps anymore. And I do feel like it was like the writing was on the wall to start looking. Okay. I do feel July, so I am feeling like if you start looking for something, I feel like something's going to come up for you in July. This is something that's more positive. It is a way for you to expand and where you are as well. It's like they want to keep you in a box. They don't really want you to grow. Because I feel like it's like they've got more power if you're not growing or expanding. And it's like they're making you feel trapped too. But I feel like
Okay.
something positive in July that's coming up. I feel like it's time for you to sort of spread your wings and time to move on. Um, I feel like they're gonna be sad or acting sad when you go, but it's just like it's relief. Like it's this new opportunity is gonna be a lot better. Um, okay, okay. I feel like you're quite fast at what you're doing as well. You've been like an office worker, like on a computer.
Yeah.
Okay, and you're quite fast at what you're doing, 'cause I see you like being very fast.
Yes.
So I feel like you're quite a talent as well. But I also see them trying to put more work onto you. It's like they're dumping more work on your desk. And I feel like it's coming up. I feel like we're coming to this month where it's like, I think maybe May. So we're in May. And I do see more work piling up because you can get through it faster, but they're not prepared to then reward you as well. Like there's a blockage there. Um,
Okay.
keep your self-respect. Just feel like keep your self-respect. I said, like, know your value. And sometimes it's very hard in workplaces because our own sort of we value in our own sort of morals sometimes gets questioned. But I do feel like stand your ground. And I just feel like there's an opening here in July that's going to help you
Okay.
right now, because right now you're just stuck. I just feel like right now you're kind of stuck. You can't go anywhere right now. Um, but um, okay, okay. I do feel like there's one person there that is like trying to help you, or it is there to support you. They're sort of on your
Yes.
side, but then there's others there's not someone else, and I was just trying to see them pointing at you. So I feel like that they really need to like they need to take a chill pill. They need to just go. I feel like they're a bit of a bully, and you're really trying to calm them down. Um, okay. Are you wanting to work from home as well?
No, no, I have an office job and I'm not able to work from home.
Okay, because I feel like I kind of wanted to, but like I got no. It's like work from home, and I got like no. So I was like, oh, the next job you might be able to. The next job that you get, I feel like there is a lot of juggling around to do. You are going to be busy, but it is a chance for you to show people who you are. I do feel like it could be something that's I feel like new and shiny. Um, new and shiny as well. And I'm happy there. I feel like I'm happy. I can have a laugh there as well. I feel like they are flexible too. and they're really
Mhm.
impressed with what you've done. So I feel like when they're looking at your resume and they're looking at what you've done in the past, they're really impressed by what you've done. And you can breathe, like you can just breathe. I
Mhm.
just feel like you're going to be really excited. It just reminds me of a workplace that I was at, and I got a job, and when I got a job, I actually started jumping up and down and and sort of like making noises. I was so excited, and I just feel like it's the same
Mhm.
thing with you. And you get this new job, and it's like you sort of squeal, like you get this like excitement that you're jumping up and down. And I feel like
Mhm.
that people are looking at you this job, so um, there's a chance. I even feel like there's a chance for you to even go up the ladder. There's another chance for you to go up, but just
Mhm.
don't give up. I keep on hearing July celebration, July for you.
Okay.
Okay, any questions?
All right.
Okay.
Is there any spirits that have any advice for me or?
Okay. 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 All right. I see a lady with me, and she's just telling me you're good at what you do, and don't forget that. Um, this lady is always like always on your side. I do feel like she's a grandmother. Um,
Mhm.
she's she's sitting there knitting. Um, I feel like did you have a grandmother that could make like blankets? Or would make like
Mhm. Yeah.
blankets? Because she's got a blanket on her, and I feel like I'm knitting the blanket. It's like my grandmother used to sit there and knit this blanket. Um, and she had like a happy lady, or very cheery, but she would stand up for you. Like if something wasn't right, she would let you know, but always sort of on your side. And I feel like she was caring. Um, I feel like she's the one there, and she's the one there, and she's just saying to you, like, your journey is long and never give it up. But she's saying, um, they're trying to lower your self worth so that you feel lower. It's like they're won. So she's like, you don't let them win. That's
Mm.
what she's
Okay.
saying. And keep calm. She's saying, just keep calm.
Okay. All right. Great. Thank you so much.
That's okay. All right, bye. Okay, so our next call that we have here, we've got Melissa, who's in Cornwall, who's in Toronto and Canada. So, hi, Melissa, how are you?
Hi,
How can I help you today?
I'm good, thank you. Mediumship
Okay,
reading, please.
mediumship reading. Okay, okay.
Am I allowed to ask for somebody specifically, or does it just come
Yes,
to
you
you
can.
on its
You
own?
can. No, you can. You can ask something
Um,
specifically.
so I'm hoping to maybe communicate or
So you spoke up a little bit. You're breaking up a little bit. What was that? Sorry.
thing from the father of my.
Okay. So yeah, so this is things are going to come up. We just wait till we get Melissa back on the phone here. Um, come up. Also, we do also have last couple of days we've had Uranus conjunct the Sun, and that's going to bring up unexpected energy. So it was sort of the other day. They're still close today, so you might find some unexpected events happening around the world, or even in our lives. Some stuff coming up, and too. So I find it's good just to be aware of the energies that are around, and with people. And I feel like people, a lot of things that are coming up in some readings, especially with young people that I do see, is like they have a plan, but that it's like their plans or what they're going to do to make money or to go, it's not enough, or they want things now instead of doing the hard work. They don't understand that this hard work gets involved when you're running your own business, or their ideas of running a certain business may not be it just may not, like they might just do say one specific thing, like if you wanted to do say lashes, just eyelash extensions, and they don't put the thought in, of what else they could do to contribute with that, and how they can make their company different, and then what that clientele is. So I think it's very good to know what to do, and especially reading, like I see a lot of it at the moment where people are wanting, especially the younger generation, younger people, they're wanting everything now, and it's like they want to be a millionaire now, and they want to have their own business, and they want to do all these fabulous things, which is really good, and it's so good to dream and to have all these things. But then you've got to think about, is this going to work? Do I need to do more? So all these things then come into it too. And we're all on this long journey, and we're always trying to even find ourselves. I have a friend who lives in a different state than me, and she misses being in Sydney because where she is, people are very different, even though they're in the same country. And she's in her early 30s, but she's been called old, and it's like, she's old. I must be very old. And she's always, like for me, like I know what I want to do, but I was explaining to her that it's a journey. When I was her age, I didn't know what I wanted to do, and I was just going through life and taking what job I could take, but I knew what sector to sort of stay into, where I wanted to stay. I just didn't know exactly what. Back then, I hadn't actually thought of being a reader full time or doing what I'm doing now. It's something that you just build on and grows in life, puts you in these situations, and that's how things evolve and things happen. And these are also part of the node that's in Taurus, and it's going to be into Aries soon, where it is bringing up, where on your life and your journey, and what are you doing and how you're going to get there. And she's actually, my friend is trying to be, she's not trying, she actually is psychic herself. And I am actually training her the other night. Her and another friend I had were doing exercises and training them. Um, and she did really, really well. And I put her in a deep end because my other friend was more advanced. So it's about giving these things a try. And she's like, I'll give it a try and see. And maybe this is my path. But also, she does also understand that she can't just do a couple of lessons and then go off and be a psychic. Is going to take the hard work of dedication, of then doing more classes and expanding her knowledge and practicing. And then when she's ready to then go out and do that, whenever that time with B. So we're all on this big journey together, and we're all trying to find ourselves too, to where we are. And all these signs that we get is just, it's there. We've got another caller coming up here. So we've got here Deborah, who's in Delaware, in America. So hi, Deborah, how are
Yes.
you? Okay,
Yes,
how can I help
Al.
you today? How can I help you today?
Want to see? Want to check one relationship, and maybe business or business and relationship.
You want okay, business relationship, was that? Okay.
Oh, no. And then a separate relationship.
Oh, it's a relationship. Okay. 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 All right. I'm seeing someone here. So you are in a relationship at the moment. So I am seeing someone. You're with someone, but they're wanting more. Somebody wants more in this relationship.
No, I'm not in a relationship.
Okay. Okay. Let's have a look here. Okay. Like I feel like you're going to be one, but somebody wants more. I'm hearing the same thing. Like somebody wants more. So it is I kind of feel like I do see partnership here, but I feel like you need to be more in charge. Like you're the one that is more like as if it's compatibility here too, but you're also more organized as well. Um, you're the one that still stands out more with this. There's also you're more looking after other people too. So you're a person that's very caring, looking after people. I also see there's financial help. So this partnership, is this like a work partnership or romantic? Hello?
I'm not. Oh yeah. No, I don't. I don't have a partner or anything like that. I'm not involved with anyone. I was just asking you like two different things, like my business, with the money, and then I was asking you about, do you see me getting into a relationship? I'm not dating. I'm not
Yes.
doing anything.
Yeah, that's okay. Yes, that's okay. The business, I want to go to the business because I feel like there's some sort of handshake. There's a deal here, and it's more about the business than it's not romantic. It's business because I feel like I can keep on seeing a handshake, but you're the one that needs to be. So I feel like it could be a deal being made here, like a sort of like contract here, but you're the one that needs to be more in charge. So it's like could be still your business, but perhaps this person is going to help you with it, but you're still the face of it. But like you need to be whatever this handshake or this deal is, you need to be the person that's going to be more in charge because you have the knowledge and the brain power, because you're more structured, you're more organized to get it to where you want to going. I also feel like this person might bring financial help in here, because I was seeing like financial help or financial assistance too with this, with the business. Um, you're very caring. What's your business? What is it actually? Because it's like this card's standing out to me, and it's like with this card choice, it's like caring, it's being of service, helping others. What is it that you do for your business?
Uh, actually, I'm a real estate investor, and so I buy
Oh,
properties. And at this point, because I'm financially strapped, I need to sell some. And so that's what I was, I guess, overall asking.
hmm
I guess as far as my money is concerned, selling properties, just getting myself financially straightened back out.
yeah, yeah. Look, it's like you got to stay on this track, because I feel like, look, it's going to be tough. I'm going to say 3 months ahead of you, but I feel like you are. I keep on seeing a handshake, so I do feel like there's going to be someone that's going to come in and help you out financially. Maybe this card is about the person's going to help you out. Um, and it is like at the moment you are trying to like dog. We call it dog paddling. It's like when you sort of kind of learning to swim, keeping your head above the water. But it's like there's a thing for three. So I do feel like it's going to be 3 months where it is like this, but then there's this even seeing a handshake. So I do feel like there's some sort of like it's a agreement, help that's going to come in, and it is I feel like there is a contract that you're signing as well, and it is going to bring more money. But whatever this help is, if it's like a partner or someone coming to go and invest in your business, I feel like you need to be still in charge of the business because of the know-how
Right.
and the knowledge that you have. Um, and it's helping you. So I feel like this person that's coming in, they're helping you. They are of a business. Um, they are sort of as a business vibe about them as well. They're not, but I feel like their knowledge is not as good as yours. So wherever they're from, their knowledge is not as good, but they want to help you out. In terms of a romantic relationship, I feel like it's more next year than this year that you will start to see someone and they'll be dating. I don't feel like I'm meeting them online. I am feel like I am meeting them face to face. And I do feel like there's a third person that meets you, takes you into this person. That it's not until next year that you do meet them. This year, I feel like you're more about your business and about getting that on track.
Right.
Okay.
That sounds good. That's what I need to do. And
Okay, I'll leave it there,
now. So
Deborah.
thank you
Thank you.
so much.
Thank you for calling in. Okay. So we still got that Mercury retrograde, everybody. So it's still playing havoc up with everything, but it's all good. We sorted it all out. If you want to contact me, you can. My website is Lady D Psychic Parties. My Facebook page, Lady D Psychic Parties. My Instagram and TikTok is Lady DS Psychic, and I'm also going to be at the MBS in Sydney next week from Thursday to Sunday in the Sydney. So I'll be there live from the festival for my show next Friday. Hope you all have a fabulous week ahead, and I will see you for my next show. So bye for now.
Good afternoon, good morning. We've had a time zone change here, so hello wherever in the world you are and what time you're on. So welcome to my show. I'm Soulfully Guided. I'm Carmel Ann from Soulfully Guided. I've been through yesterday a year worth of paperwork just to find one document which I couldn't find.